The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your SuperChats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Let Brady cook. That's right. Brady Cook will officially start Sunday for the New York Jets against the Jaguars. We'll talk about that and much more. Connor Long will join us. It's the Jake Asman Show on a Football Friday. Let's hit it and get it started.
Time to lose some games, bitches. You guys should be pros at this. They don't give out trophies for 4 or 5 wins.
A new chapter for the Jets has started. Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji are tasked with shaping the future of this franchise. Will they be the ones to finally get it right? We will be here for every step of the journey on the Jake Asman Show, breaking down all the storylines, every game, and everything in between. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super Chats, baby. Cut the line. The Jake Asman Show starts right now.
Here we go. Football Friday, show number 2 on the day. We are presented by FanDuel. And if you ever miss a live YouTube show, remember the full show is always posted on either Apple or Spotify. Wherever you get your podcast, you can listen back to anything you missed and take the show on the go. Joining us right now is probably the busiest 9th grader that covers the Jets regularly. You see his written work over on jetsxfactor.com. He's also covering the Nets. He's doing everything on his social accounts, so definitely check him out. And he's filled in for me when I've been off over the summer. Connor Long is going to hang out with us here on a Football Friday. Connor, how is school before we talk about the Jets?
Jake, school is going well. It is great to be with you, my friend. Look, since the last time I think we've hopped on a pod together, so much has happened. The trade deadline, all the noise, everything in between the 0-7 start to getting fans bought back in, entering the bye week, to here we are now, ahead of week 15 with an undrafted rookie in Brady Cook set to start in Jacksonville on Sunday. Nevertheless, though, thank you so much for having me. Great to be with you. And shout out to all of the incredible Asmaniacs still supporting the show despite, this nightmarish season entering week 15.
I've seen people in the chat already pick up on it, Connor. It's been so long that your voice has now gotten even deeper since the last time you were on the show. We're watching young Connor Long grow up in real time. I think part of it is how bad the Jets have been. So Fair enough. Aging you, Connor. When I was your age, right, 9th grade, 10th grade, the Jets were in the playoffs. I was watching a team that was winning. You've seen nothing, and you've gotten another year of nothing. But you brought it up. Brady Cook is going to make the start. That became official earlier today. Let's listen into a little Aaron Glenn from earlier. This was AG talking about Brady Cook.
This week, he's had a chance to get all the reps with the ones, get a chance to communicate with the O-line, with the receivers, with the tight ends, with the coaching staff on exactly how we want to go about playing this game. So, I have all the confidence in the world. That's something I've stated, from the very beginning. He'll be a good player in this league, and he'll have his opportunity again this week.
Okay, so Aaron Glenn showing some confidence in young Brady Cook. Do you have the same confidence that Aaron Glenn showed in Brady Cook going into this game Sunday where, again, Connor, we'll do some over-unders a bit later on in the show, but the Jets on FanDuel right now are a 13.5-point underdog going into this one Sunday, 1 o'clock down in Jacksonville.
Yeah, look, Jake, it's certainly an interesting situation. I was a big fan of Brady Cook when they brought him in as an undrafted free agent, but that's the key word there, undrafted free agent. He's someone I viewed who had some traits that could be developed at the next level, and he showed that certainly in the preseason, but he is not a starting caliber NFL quarterback. That is known. I think it's hard still to assess him based on his outing last Sunday against the Dolphins. It was 21-0 in the first quarter. The game was out of reach. Tyrod Taylor had gone down already. He was not expecting most likely to make his NFL debut there and see the field. I'm not saying that Brady Cook is going to turn into Drake May against the Jaguars, but what I'm saying is, maybe he'll show some improvement from last week, as you heard Aaron Glenn say right there, Jake. He got all the first team reps, and I think that's important. I think going into the week, knowing that you will start on Sunday is super important for quarterbacks in this league, especially a young one like Brady Cook with minimal NFL experience. So my expectations aren't very high, but they've already burned through Justin Fields. We know what Tyrod Taylor is at this point in his career, and obviously the groin injury on Sunday furthers that evaluation and what we already know about him, given the fact that, he cannot be a bridge quarterback in this league. I really, really like Tyrod Taylor, and I think a lot of Jet fans do as well, but you saw firsthand Sunday why he is not a viable bridge option for this team next year. He just can't stay on the field. He gets hurt way too much. I digress, however. With Cook, again, my expectations aren't sky high, but maybe he'll show you something that he built off of in week 14 against Miami.
Look, most Jet fans, and even myself included at this point, rather would see losses than wins, but I don't want them to get embarrassed, right? I'd like to see some competency on the field. It's tough when you ask for this because naturally, if you ask for improvement, eventually you're going to win some games, but you look at the schedule down the stretch, this doesn't feel like a game they could win. The Saints next week, that does feel very winnable. And then after that, I don't see them beating New England or the Buffalo Bills. So really, next week is what I'm more concerned with as far as actually winning. But this game Sunday, we'll see what Brady Cook does do, given the fact, as you brought up and Aaron Glenn mentioned there, he got a full week of practice with the starters. Also worth noting that the backup quarterback is going to be another guy that is going to be on the roster for the first time for a regular season game this year. Adrian Martinez will be the number 2 quarterback. He was signed earlier this week to the practice squad. Justin Fields and Tyrod Taylor both didn't practice all week, both officially ruled out. So here's Adrian Martinez will be called up as the active number 2 in case something happens to Brady Cook.
Yeah, absolutely, Jake. And when you talk about bringing someone like Martinez in at this point this season, you're not getting much of an upgrade. The free agent quarterbacks out there with only 4 weeks left in the season, guys like Jeff Drixel, CJ Beathard, Nathan Peterman, those are the main 3 highlighting that list. I think the biggest thing with Adrian Martinez is that he has familiarity with this system. He has been with the Jets the past 2 preseasons. He executed this very scheme over the summer. So that's a valuable asset that you're not going to get from any other outside option at this juncture of the season. So look, again, not very high expectations for both Cook and Martinez, but he was the best backup quarterback option out there, of course, after he was ultimately cut earlier in the week by the 49ers. It's going to be an interesting game. I do think there's a point potentially this season where we do see Adrian Martinez get regular season snaps. It's so crazy because Cook and Martinez were battling it out for that QB3 job over the summer. Now they're expected to be the 2 active quarterbacks for a Jet game in December. I mean, the crazy things that this team does, Jake, they continue to lower the bar time in and time out.
It never fails. You can see on the tweet there from Rich Samiti that Breece Hall did practice fully. So there's some thought maybe he could be questionable game time like decision. He's going to play, so that's good, especially if anyone's in the fantasy football playoffs right now. Maybe he has also. That's good. The disappointing thing, if you saw the injury report, Mason Taylor's been ruled out. So that's a bummer because he's a guy you want to see him get reps. You want to see him get playing time. He's not going to be out there Sunday. And same with Azareye'h Thomas. And this is now a couple times he's been banged up this year. I like him as a player when he's played, but unfortunately, really, since he's been given the opportunity to start games, this is what now, the 2nd or 3rd game he's already missed.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, a lot of these rookie guys have been banged up. This isn't the first game that Kiko Mawinoa has missed. Mason Taylor, obviously, with the injury, and you mentioned Azareye'h Thomas there. He's kind of bounced on and off of that injury report. And like you mentioned, I 1,000% agree. It's frustrating because at this point of the season, when the games do not matter for anything except draft position, really, this is the time of year where you want to see the young guys on this team get extended looks, and you want to see what they are able to do. So the fact that, 3 rookies who have played, solid roles on the team this season, particularly Thomas and Mawinoa, as they've each started a handful of games, it's frustrating that you aren't going to be able to see them, and you're going to see veterans take over that role. I mean, we are going to see Quantez Stiggers play a significant amount of snaps at cornerback on Sunday. Same goes for that slot combo of potentially Jordan Clark and Jasir Taylor. You can also throw Isaiah Oliver into that mix. So it was crazy, Jake, that just a couple weeks ago, I believe it was, Harrison Phillips was like the only player on the Jets injury report, and it was because of a veteran's rest day. He's been on that report for weeks now. And now you look and the injury report is, 10, 12 players long. So again, super frustrating, not going to be able to see the young guys, but hopefully you see them again before the season closes up.
Yeah, look, you want to see the young guys play. That's the big thing, right?
Yeah.
I could care less if Tyrod or Justin Fields, are healthy and playing a game. It doesn't matter. But guys like Mason Taylor and Azareye'h Thomas, they're losing valuable reps. So that aspect is certainly disappointing. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. If we get enough entries, right? Let's say it's a football Friday. Let's say if we get at least 20 total entries, we'll do a raffle at the end of the show today for a Jets Legends jersey. Joe Namath, Joe Klecko, Curtis Martin, Wayne Corbett, Darrell Revis, Nick Mangold, and Keyshawn Johnson. These will never go out of style. And it's a shame, Connor, because I'm thinking about this. None of these players you got to watch in their primes as Jets. I at least got to see, Wayne Corbett and Curtis Martin and Darrell Revis and Nick Mangold. You got nothing here. And if I did a current player, they could be traded like Sauce and Quinnen. It's too risky other than maybe Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, I was actually listening to your trade deadline immediate reaction while I was writing a flurry of articles. I was off from school that day, thanks to parent-teacher conference as it was. So I was lucky there. And I was listening to your Sauce show reaction. And I heard you mention that you bought like a ton of Sauce raffle items right before he got traded. And that's one of those things where it's like, what can you do? Because he was someone who you thought was the safest of safe players on the Jets roster entering the trade deadline. But yeah, with those veterans, I mean, the late great Nick Mangold, rest in peace, of course. He retired when I was 6 years old. I think he retired in 2016 it was. But he was, I think, the first Jets jersey that I ever got, and it was from when I was like 3 or 4 years old. But yeah, I didn't see Revis, didn't see Corbett, definitely didn't see Martin. I missed out on the great batch of Jets moments. Even the Rex days, I am not old enough to really, remember Ryan Fitzpatrick, the 2015 season. The best I've seen as a fan is 7-10, and they finished 5-12 last year, and it looks like they might even have a worse finish this season. So
unreal.
Look, I will always be here, but you want to see results soon.
A 15-year playoff draft. This is what it does. An entire generation growing up right now has no clue what it looks like when the Jets actually win more games than they lose in a regular season. Unbelievable. A couple super chats to get us going here. And again, we're counting the $5 super chats now. A little listener appreciation that'll get you in the raffle for one. And if you gift the membership to the community, every membership you gift, you get that many raffle tickets in your name. Mace B starts it off. Your last show was depressing. No faith in Burrow to the Jets. Players love Glenn. Burrow would enjoy playing for him. I really want Burrow and have faith. Look, I don't mean to depress you, Maceby. I just want to be a realist here. I can't picture Joe Burrow saying, I'm really unhappy playing for Cincinnati. I've lost my love of football. Let me go play quarterback for the Jets, given their history, what just happened with Aaron Rodgers, what the owner publicly said about Justin Fields. I don't think that helps the Jets when you're trying to recruit a superstar quarterback. I just don't see it. I'd love to be wrong, but it's not like Aaron Glenn is an established coach. He's not. Players might like him. I mean, players like Robert Saleh, too. What does that really mean? At the end of the day, what is the selling point for Burrow to go to the Jets? I think there's too many negatives than pluses.
Yeah, I mean, my colleague, Michael Nani over at Jets X Factor put out a great article pretty much detailing exactly what you said there about Joe Burrow, the former #1 overall pick, saying, I'm losing my love for football, too many injuries. You know what? I'm going to request a trade to the New York Jets, and I'm going to go play for Woody Johnson at MetLife Stadium. Like, it doesn't make sense. It's not happening. I think Burrow has a far higher chance of retiring than coming to the Jets. When all's said and done, I think he will play, and he will play for the Bengals. next season. And I understand, fans wanting to get excited about potentially going big name hunting at the quarterback position. I just don't think it's logical. I don't think it will happen. But I understand the rationale there, just connecting the dots, because if Burrow were to want out, pretty much what Adam Schefter said about a month ago, if Burrow were to want out, the Jets would be atop that list because they do not have a quarterback, and they certainly have the assets to go get him. 5 first-round picks over the next 2 years, 4 picks in the top 45 this upcoming draft. So, look, if he does become available, you'd expect the Jets to, work the phones there and call the Bengals up. I just think the chances are slim to none, Jake.
Leon says Connor Long has statues of Michael Nania in his house. Is this true?
No, but this is an all-time comment from Leon M. You know what? I'm gonna clip this portion of the show and text it to Michael Nania right after, because that is an all-time comment right there from you.
Nania had the worst internet ever of any guest I maybe ever had. He was on the show for like 4 seconds, like last week. It was tough.
I think I saw that. Yeah, it kept cutting. I tuned in when you guys were talking about the end zones for a little bit.
That's all we had. A little end zone talk, and then see you later.
Yeah. It was about a quick 2-3 minute segment. Jake, you're a radio guy, so you're used to those short segments there. But yeah, the Nania abode has to make an upgrade in the Wi-Fi department.
Bob checks in with a super chat. He's been a channel member for 4 months. You get a free super chat every month included in your membership. No Garrett Wilson, no MT. That's Mason Taylor for those who aren't up to speed. Going to be hard to fairly judge Brady Cook without all the starters. Thoughts? It's not a perfect evaluation, Bob. It's why I also would like to see him get more than just one game. Like, let him also start against the Saints and see how he does. Like, even if he sucks against the Jaguars, play him against the Saints. Like, as long as it's not, Luke Falk level of ineptitude. You got nothing to lose. You're better off losing anyway. There's no point in going back to Fields. There's no point in going back to Tyrod. So, look, if you're going to be like overly critical on Brady Cook, like, okay, like, he's probably not going to be good though. Like, set yourself up knowing what you're looking at. He's a UDFA for a reason. That said, it's going to be tough without having Taylor, without obviously Garrett, but Brees is playing, Mitchell's playing, Mechie's playing, the starting O-line's playing. Like, that should be enough to look better than he did last week when he was thrusted into action down 21-0.
Verbatim of what I was going to say there, Jake. I mean, Garrett Wilson hasn't been on the field for, the past few weeks with Tyrod Taylor as well, and we've been able to see what Tyrod has been able to do under center. Same goes for Mason Taylor. I think he is going to rely a lot on John Mechie underneath. Hopefully Mechie's able to hold on to the ball, man, Jake. These past 2 weeks, he has struggled with those drops, most notably against Miami. He dropped Brady Cook's what would have been his first passing touchdown in the NFL. It would have been a walk-in had he caught that pass across the middle of the field. So, look, I think Brady Cook is going to rely a lot underneath on those, crossing patterns to John Mechie. I think we could see some Tyler Johnson get involved. You see him run a lot of those routes across the middle of the field.
Sorry, I just read Gator's comment here.
Okay. I see that too. Look, at the end of the day, like you said there, Jake, you're not going to get a perfect evaluation of him, but when you look at the offensive line that he's playing behind, and the fact that Breece Hall will most likely be out there on Sunday along with A.D. Mitchell and John Mechie, you'll be able to at least get a grasp of who he is at the NFL level, a better evaluation than last week, of course, against Miami when the game was out of reach by the time he came in.
Mechie needs to do this thing called catch the football when it hits him in the hands. He's had terrible drops 2 games in a row. I'd like to see him bounce back. I don't care how many, balls off the jugs machine he's reeling in every day at the facility. Catch the actual football in a game when it's thrown your way, because we need Mechie to be catchy on Sunday. Dun-dun-dun. David T is the first to gift today. He's gifting 5 channel membership.
Time to lose some games, bitches. You guys should be pros at this. They don't give out trophies for 4 or 5 wins.
David T in the raffle for 5. Mace B with another super chat here. Is there a path for both Joe Burrow and Mendoza? No. No. I'll stop you there, Mace B. Green Bay did with Jordan Love is completely different, because Jordan Love wasn't thought to be the consensus top quarterback of his draft class. He was a guy that late one, maybe second round, they had conviction on him. They traded up for him, right, to get him. So it's different. Mendoza's a guy that if the Jets, don't take at the top of the draft, someone else is going to. So there's no way. Now you could get a Burrow trade and then take someone else on day 2 or day 3, which whatever picks you have left at that point, that could happen. And you need to get as many good backups in the pipeline as possible. If Joe Burrow, with his injury history, is in this hypothetical fairy tale land, your quarterback. But no, there's no Mendoza and Burrow scenario. That won't happen.
Yeah, also, I will add this. When Jordan Love was drafted, Aaron Rodgers was on the Green Bay Packers. They didn't need to give up a king's ransom.
Yes, I should have said that. Absolutely.
To trade for that.
That's
QB.
the answer. You're right. See?
Yeah, for sure.
Don't take my job one day, Connor, because you're right. That's the biggest point. They already had Rodgers on the team. They didn't need that, then add him and then Jordan Love. You're right.
Also, it's a completely different stage of his career. I mean, those were the final 4 seasons in Green Bay, and Love was being groomed to be that next guy, kind of like Rodgers with Favre back in the day all over again. So completely different circumstances. The Jets have a better chance of coming away with neither of Burrow and Mendoza than coming away with both of them. I'll tell you that right now, Macy B.
Comments, questions, super chats, they cut the line. Connor Long is with us here. He is bypassing all homework to join us and talk some Jets. We're having some fun with him. We're going to do some over-unders, even though legally, Connor, you can't gamble. But,
unfortunately,
for those who can, we'll go through some over-unders as we normally do on a Football Friday show for the Jets and the Jaguars. We'll make some picks for how we see the game playing out. If you want in on the conversation, I did post the hotline link. It is pinned in the comments, so we'll take some calls coming up as well. Real quick, because it did break today, and I spent some time with Green Bean on the first show reacting to it live. What was your take on the Josh Myers 2-year extension that Darren Muji worked out with him earlier today?
Look, it caught me by surprise, Jake, because you don't really see, the Jets extending players in the middle of the season. Kind of caught me off guard. But look, Myers is someone who signed with the team on a very, very cheap deal this offseason, worth under $2.5 million, expecting to be a backup. And I like the signing initially, someone with starting experience who had been a low-end starter in this league, and he was expected to be a high-end backup. He did not expect to have to come in and serve as the team's starting center all year long after AVT suffered a season-ending injury before week 1 even kicked off. And look, he hasn't been the best center in the league. He's ranked among the league worst. He's been the weakest link on the offensive line, but you can't blame him because he's a backup. He got paid high-end backup money today, evident in the 2-year, $11 million extension. So I'm a little weary if they enter next season with him as their starting center. I think this is, a situation where they bring him in, they reward him, they give him high-level backup money, and then they draft someone to play the interior, either through the draft or they could find someone out there on the free agent market as well. The biggest thing that this signals to me is that the Jets are rewarding internal growth. Again, Myers came in with the expectation of being a backup. He's risen to the occasion as a starter, and Aaron Glenn, Darren Muji, and company are certainly rewarding that, Jake.
They are certainly rewarding him. There's no doubt. And I like it because he's a competent player and it gives you some flexibility. It gives you optionality. You can move Tippmann back to center if need be and have Myers be the backup guard / center. If there's someone you like in free agency at the draft, you still could sign, Linderbaum if the Ravens don't actually pay him. There's a lot you could do. I just like going into the offseason knowing worst case, you do have 4 legitimate offensive linemen under contract for whoever the quarterback is next year, probably a rookie.
Yeah, absolutely. The only one who's not under contract for next year is John Simpson, who I personally would not bring back, the penalty issues in particular, and he just hasn't been great this year. He was awesome for the team last year after he really needed to prove something. Props to him for that, but he hasn't been the player I was hoping he would be this year. Personally, I would bring Elijah Vera Tucker back on a 1-year prove-it $5-6 million contract before I thought about paying John Simpson. So there's a lot of different routes they could go. I like some of the guards in a free agency. Daniel Falele of the Baltimore Ravens is set to hit the free agent market. I doubt they will pay both him and Tyler Linderbaum. So there are going to be options out there. But again, I'm a little weary of Myers stepping into that starting role. I think the way you have to look at it as building a team, especially in the modern day NFL, you want 7 to 9 guys on your roster at the offensive line position who are capable of going in and taking starting reps. Obviously, the Jets have the front five, and then entering this year behind them, they had Josh Myers and Chukwuma Okorafor, who had multiple years of starting experience at both tackles positions. So I think that's the goal that NFL teams have entering each year as it pertains to building through the trenches.
Joe the Jet Mendoza has arrived in his future home of New York City. That's right. The Heisman Trophy ceremony is tomorrow. So all the Heisman Trophy finalists are here. And friend of the show, Art Stapleton, caught up with Fernando Mendoza.
There are a lot of people who have followed your journey. But there is a group of people who jump in now and say, hey, I want to see what this Fernando Mendoza kid's all about. Give me your scouting report of your game. What should people expect to see you over the next couple of weeks?
What do you say, like personality or game?
Anything, game and personality.
Yeah, game. What I aspire to be a selfless team leader, whether it's 500 yards or 5 yards, whatever makes the team win. That's what I want to do, whether it's a clean game, whether it's a gritty game. And I would really say my game is to be an effective quarterback, take what the defense gives myself, be smart, and put my teammates in the best position. I'd like to think of myself. I got this reference from Sam Darnold, and he was saying he views himself as a point guard. I'm not the LeBron James of the team. I'm not the Shaquille O'Neal. I'm the point guard, dishing it out to all my playmakers. Getting the calls from my coach, which is the coaches, and from the offensive line, communicating them, and just being the point guard of the team.
Now that is a guy that needs to be the quarterback of the New York Jets. What say you, Connor?
Yeah, absolutely. So I did an interview with Fernando Mendoza's high school coach back in October because that's when the hype really started heating up. I watched some of them over the summer. I have Twitter evidence to point out he was my quarterback too in summer scouting, only behind Garrett Nussmeier. And there was a chance that Garrett Nussmeier does not get drafted in April. So I was really, really high on Mendoza entering this season. Just watching his progression at Cal, he started off the year a completely different player than he was by the end, and that progress only has taken further shape under Curt Cignetti at Indiana. Look, I really, really, really like Fernando Mendoza, but here's the catch. I think he's good. I don't think you sell every single one of your draft picks to go up and get him again. I think his character is incredible. I think he would fit perfectly in the New York market. I think he is someone you want to be the face of your franchise. I just don't think the Jets are in a position right now where they can sell off a ton of their first round picks to go up and get this guy.
Because I agree to an extent. Like I'm willing.
Yeah.
I don't want to trade away all my first that I own, but if it took a first from the Indianapolis Colts, which I have, and one of my twos say this year, I'm making that instantly and not thinking twice about it.
Okay, so that's interesting. It depends how many spots you would need to trade up.
Well, that's what the mock scenarios have been that we've covered, right? Like
7 to the Field Yates one. I saw 7-1, and that was what the Indiana pick and 2 seconds, I believe it was.
One of the seconds. So it was It's the Jets. Obviously, you swap the pick that the Jets have, which would be 7. The Colts pick, which right now is 18. I think they might lose out, so that could be even higher. So I would be willing to trade that pick in a second, and I think that will be able to beat any other team's offer because, again, you're giving them an extra first in this year's draft, unless it's the Browns, but the Browns pick is Jacksonville, and that's not going to be as high as the Colts pick. I think the Jet offer would win.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm okay trading up for if there's a reasonable offer. I'm not giving up more than 1 first-round pick for him. I'll say that I'm not giving up 2 firsts. A first and a second you could potentially sell me on, just depending on where that Colts pick ends up landing. Because
2 additional firsts you wouldn't do, but the Jet first and the Colts pick, and then
that's what I mean. 2 additional. That's my thought process there. Sorry for not clarifying that to everyone in the chat. But I mean, at the end of the day, it also depends where that Colts pick ends up, right? Because they could lose out, and suppose they lose out, that's a guaranteed top 18 pick no matter what. It could even be higher than that. That could be a top 15 pick come April, and the Jets could potentially be in a situation where they have a top 5 pick and a top 15, and that gives them so much flexibility. That is the name of the game here, Jake. I know it was so tough at the NFL trade deadline for fans who were attached to players like Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams. But at the end of the day, I think that was just an incredible day for this organization because it gave them so much added flexibility. That is the name of the game here. The Jets can go in so many different directions with a bunch of these picks, but all roads lead to the same claim. The Jets have to get their quarterback. It is that simple. If they do not get their quarterback, this rebuild will never leave the ground. It's all about quarterback. You could talk about the blueprint. You could talk about the foundation. If you don't get a quarterback in here who can execute that blueprint and that foundation, no team in the league is going anywhere.
You need to get the quarterback. I agree. That's why you got to be willing to give to get. And if it costs a little bit to move up, that's why you made these trades in the first place. Welcome to something in the raffle. Over under on Sean calling back today. Well, here's the thing with Sean. He's a loose cannon. But I know you're out there, Sean, because you said that you dream about me or your girlfriend dreams about me. I was not really clear whatever you said yesterday on the show, but you're welcome back anytime, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Let's see here. John says, Jake, you called it the day Aaron Glenn fired Rodgers. I can smell the 4 wins. Yeah, I might have been too generous, too. I don't think they're getting 4 wins. I think they're going to finish with 3. Now, it would be jet-like for them to win somehow one of these last 4, but it's tough for me to picture it unless it's the Saints game next week. That's the only game that truly scares me.
Absolutely, and I'm not looking to pick an argument here with anyone. And look, if you do the hypotheticals, you can go anywhere, but I don't think this team is much better if Aaron Rodgers is their quarterback. I'm just going to be the one to say it. I know earlier on in the year, a lot of people were thinking once Justin Fields started struggling early, the hypotheticals of what if this team held on to Aaron Rodgers? I really don't think it would be much different, Jake.
No, they were going to be a bad team either way because the coaching was so bad on top of all this. And the Wilkes problem was still going to happen no matter who the quarterback was.
Yeah, and you make an interesting comment there with Wilkes. I agree. I don't want Steve Wilkes back next year, but I think a lot of fans have been too harsh on him. I think it's important to note that the personnel that he is dealing with is razor thin, especially after the trade deadline. His defensive line is below average. The linebackers in Quincy Williams and Jamie Sherwood have been inconsistent at best this season, and at times, the starting secondary has been comprised of Isaiah Oliver, Azarie Thomas, no shade to him, but a rookie who didn't, play much the first 4 games to open the season, and just Tony Adams as your starting safety. So look, Wilkes has been bad. There's been no way around it. His schematic stubbornness, his inability to drop back to zone coverage on third downs in particular has buried the Jets, and I think they should move off of him this offseason. But I'm just saying that to the fans out there who think all of the defensive problems are on Steve Wilkes. It's not the case, folks.
No, but 0 interceptions all year. Like, come on. Someone's got to be held accountable for that.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, you look at last game, Jake, a dropped walk-in pick 6 by Michael Walker. And that Malachi Moore play. It was earlier on in the game as well, right in his hands. It's almost like they are trying not to haul in an interception this year. It's remarkable. Before that, they haven't had like any super close opportunities. But then they got 2 in the same game, and they weren't able to capitalize off of it. So Jake, man, it's frustrating. I was saying this the other day. I'd rather them finish the year with 0 interceptions than get 1 or 2 when it's meaningless, because I want that to just like add to just the LOL narrative of how bad this team was under Wilkes in particular, that the Jets set a record that will, I mean, never, if they finish the year without an interception, I don't think that record will ever be broken, at least over the next decade. Like, Jake, that is nearly impossible to do.
Yeah, I just at this point might as well just like set the record of ineptitude to make it even easier to move on and get meaningful change. But I could see them actually getting a pick this week, right? Like it's still tough to picture a full season without any interceptions. We'll see if we can make you some money if anyone out there agrees with the Jets actually getting a pick this week. We're presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. Here we go, Connor. A little over-under action for you for Jets and the Jags. The line is 13.5. I'm sure you're not going to pick the Jets in this game, correct?
No.
Not even close. What is your score prediction?
Do they cover? That's a tough question, right? Because the Jaguars, they have one of the top defenses in the league. They rank 7th, I think it is, in defensive DVOA, generate turnovers every single game. And the Jets have an undrafted rookie. I say they don't cover. As unfortunate that sounds, as optimistic as I try to be every single week, Jake, I can't pick the Jets to cover against a red hot Jacksonville Jaguars team that just steamrolled the Indianapolis Colts. So I say the Jets do not cover.
Yeah, I have the Jags covering. I like them 27-10, somewhere in that range. I think it could be just another struggle bus for the Jet offense. Jacksonville stops the run well. Brees is not 100%. This just feels like a tough matchup. But as far as actual prop bets for this one, the over-under action, Trevor Lawrence, over-under 218.5 passing yards.
This is interesting. I'm going to go under just because I think they are going to rely so much on Travis Etienne, and I think they will just burn the Jets and gash them play in and play out like we saw last week with Devon Achane when he was on the field for the first half. So I will say under just because I think it is going to be a run-heavy approach for the Jaguars.
That was part of my logic. I just think that is kind of where I could see it going. This is a tough one. I'm going to say over, but slightly, just to be a little different than you. But I agree. I think we're going to see ETN, get the ball a ton in this one, as you would expect. Brady Cook, this is this is interesting. 155.5. I mean, if it's a blowout, there's that garbage time potential. And we know that, Brady Cook could at least complete a pass on Fields. Brady Cook in the game last week threw for over 100 yards and definitely got better in the second half. I'm going to say Brady Cook, because I'm expecting it to be a blowout, will actually go over his 155.5. What say you?
Yeah, I'm going to go over. He had 163 yards last week, and he came in midway through the first quarter. Garbage time is a perfect example. You can look at Brady Cook's stat line maybe after the game. It'll be, 22 of 36 for 180 yards, 4 interceptions, and 2 touchdowns. That's a possibility, again, just because of garbage time. And, if it's a blowout, the Jets will be trailing, and they – like they have many times this season, have the opportunity to stat pad. So I'll agree with you. I'll say over 155.5 passing yards for the undrafted rookie.
Love it. All right, let's do some receiving. Let's do one more passing prop here. I'm curious what they have for Brady Cook. His over-under for touchdowns thrown is 0.5. Will Brady Cook throw his first career touchdown? I'm saying he will. I'm going over. Brady Cook at least has that moment for him.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, whether it comes in the first quarter, Jake, or with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, down 4 scores, that's debatable, but I do think he will find the end zone tomorrow.
All right, and then real quick, let's do the interception prop here. Brady Cook to throw an interception, yes, is minus 220. So if he doesn't throw a pick, that would be considered a big upset here, at least according to the betting line. For Lawrence to throw an interception is yes, plus 112. So if the Jets finally get their first pick of the year, you could profit some money on it. You could bet 100 to win $112. Do either of these quarterbacks throw a pick Sunday, Connor?
Brady Cook, yes. Trevor Lawrence, no. I recommend betting the no there on Trevor Lawrence. Just because, look, if the Jets don't come away with a pick, at least you make some money off of it. And if the Jets do come away with a pick, you get the joy out of it. So I'll say no on Trevor Lawrence, and I'll take the yes minus 220 on Brady Cook.
Oh, the joy. Some receiving props here. Over under on Jacoby Myers, 53.5. I'm going to say over. What say you?
Yeah, I'm going to say over for Jacoby Myers as well, just because, look, Brian Thomas Jr. has not had his best season after an incredible rookie campaign last year, and he's dealt with injury. He's been banged up. They've continuously eased him back into the offense. I think Jacoby Myers gets the majority of the targets, and I think he goes for over 53.5 receiving yards.
Brian Thomas over under 43.5. I'm going over on this.
I'm going to go under, Jake, just because, like I mentioned, he's struggled this year, man. I had him on my fantasy team. Not very fun times for me. I'll say under for Brian Thomas Jr. I don't see it. I think the Jets are going to be really, really keyed in on locking him down. With the exception of Jalen Waddle, the Jets have actually done an okay job of, keeping top receivers contained in games like this. I'll say under for Brian Thomas Jr.
A.D. Mitchell, over under 40.5. I'm going to say over. He gets one long completion and pretty much will get us home.
I'm going to say under, Jake. These drops from AD concern me. What do you have? 3 drops, it looked like.
Mechie
last
concerns
week?
me more. He's the drop. I'd go under on his 38.5. I'll go over on Mitchell here.
Oh, I actually disagree with that because I think if Mechie, the keyword, if he's able to hold on to the ball, like I mentioned earlier on in the show, he gets those underneath patterns. He can, break loose there as we saw against the Ravens. So
You going over on Mechie?
Yeah, I'm going to say over 38.5 for Mechie, under 40.5 for Mitchell. So we disagree there.
All right, home stretch here. Rushing props. ETN, I'm hammering the over here because I don't trust the Jets to stop a nosebleed. So we're going over 74.5. What say you, Mr. Long?
Oh, way over. If that was at, 95.5, I would still have to give it some thought. This is going to be, let's say, a public execution for Jets run defense on Sunday, for lack of a better term. So Travis Etienne will light them up one way or another.
Breece Hall, he is playing. He's not on the injury report. Over under 66.5. I'm going under on this because I just think the Jets are going to be in catch-up mode for a lot of the game. And
yes,
Breece, I have to look at what his receiving prop number is.
Yes.
I might be better. I don't even have a number for him posted yet. FanDuel doesn't have it yet. Check back Sunday because I might play that over his rushing numbers because I think the Jets could be in catch-up mode. It might be tough for Breece to get his 67 yards to go over this.
I'm right there with you, Jake. And also, I think Brady Cook is going to rely a lot on Breece as a pass catcher because, again, I think the Jets are going to take more of a conservative approach with Cook tomorrow. And Breece is someone that he can hit short and can create after the catch. So I think he's going to have well over 70 all-purpose yards. I think you're looking at 100, 110 range, but I don't think you can get me on the over 66.5 rushing.
Are you confident in one particular player here, Connor, that they will definitely find the end zone during the game?
For the Jaguars, I'll say ETN easy, but for the Jets, no, because I think I don't think there is a chance. I think there is a chance that the Jets could come out of Sunday's game without a touchdown. I mean, I think that's just the harsh reality. Again, you have an undrafted rookie starting. The Jaguars defense has been incredible all year long. If someone were to score a touchdown,
Isaiah Williams on a punt return, I'm betting him at plus 750.
That's hard to argue with. If the Jets get a touchdown on Sunday, there is a high chance that it comes via special teams. It's so crazy, Jake, because rightfully so, we were so out on Williams after that Miami game with a fair catch at the 2-yard line, and then obviously fumbling that kick return to open the second half. But I am so happy for a player like him that he's been able to bounce back, and you can make a case for him to be an all-pro. He's been that good. You've seen him get involved on offense as well. He's someone who I really like, along with this whole special teams unit. I don't know if you mentioned it on your shows throughout the week, Jake. I wrote it up on Monday. The Jets, by the DVOA metric that has been tracking teams since 1978, are on pace to have the highest special teams DVOA in NFL history. So you could say the history is unfolding in front of our eyes right now, because by that metric, the Jets are on pace to have the greatest special teams unit in NFL history, and they're wasting it with awful offensive play and lackluster defensive play.
Just to waste it all, of course. Connor, enjoy your Friday night, all right? Don't be doing anything too crazy. I know how you kids are nowadays. All right, good to catch you back on the show. Keep crushing it, all right?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Jake. Shout out to everyone in the chat still supporting the show. I see you all. Shout out to you. Smash the like, hit subscribe for my guy, Jake. He's a trooper, 2 shows a day, despite the record, despite how bad this team has been. And look, again, everyone who's still watching in week 15, man, shout out to you all. Thank you all. Shout out to the Asmaniacs. Thank you as always, Jake. Talk soon, my man. Have a great rest of your night, and go Jets, baby.
Connor Long, everybody. Somehow he's only in 9th grade, and he'll take all our jobs someday. So that's why we have to be nice to him. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. Real quick, we are doing a giveaway at the end of the show, a jersey raffle, Jets Legends jersey. You pick the player you wanted in. And remember, make sure you just enter, even if you don't care for the jersey, because you're probably going to care for a signed Darrelle Revis football. That's the weekly prize this week, in addition to a signed Wayne Cravett jersey and a signed LaDainian Tomlinson Jets photo. So those are the 3 items there. Before we get to your calls here on a Friday, you know what time it is. Time for a Bites and Breakdown with Ariel Nash.
Olive oil sports, she's the queen of the line. Football and flavor, she's cooking.
Here we go. It's Jaguars week, and I know, Ariel, you were determined to have an incredible bite portion of the breakdown segment after the chat was trolling you last week. How we doing?
Well, I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
Well, I've been sick all week, and the Jets are 3-10, so it's been a rough one. But hopefully, hopefully just 4 games to go here, and if the Jets tank properly, it will be a lot easier to get this franchise back on track.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Sunday was because I work like at the Cardinal Stadium, so everyone talks about football. That was the most embarrassing day of my life because I was going to all of my friends, including my Miami Dolphins fans friends. I was like, you guys are about to get smacked. This is so embarrassing.
Haven't you learned by now to not do the trash talk?
You would think. And then I saw the first play because they have red zone and the TV is going. So I walked past one. I walked past my friend. I was like, HN just got stuffed. That's embarrassing. 5 minutes later, he's like, yeah, how you doing? I'm like, oh my gosh. So, but I'm still doing good.
Well, I'm glad you are. And for this week, I was trying to think of what food item you would do for Jacksonville, but I've never been to Jacksonville. So the only thing I thought of was maybe Gator because it's not that far from Gainesville. But what is the item for the breakdown on your channel this week?
So I was also, I was thinking, because I did a whole list of what I was going to do throughout the season. And I was going to do Gulf shrimp because that's something they're known for, I guess. I've never been to Jacksonville either. I used to live in South Florida, but never made it up there. And I was like, I feel like we've been doing a lot of seafood. I'm really not in the mood to eat shrimp. So I found there is a biscuit place called Maple Street Biscuit Company that started in Jacksonville and is headquartered there. So I made a little Pillsbury biscuit and jam with it because that's one of their signature things. And I got this special jam because I try to be healthy when I'm at home. And this is called Smash Foods. And it's literally made with just strawberries, chia seeds, dates, and lemon. So there's no added sugar and it's delicious. So that's my Jacksonville thing. I've had a lot of biscuits this week. So I was like, let me try it and make sure it's good. So that's my Jacksonville bites for the week.
Hold on. Let me bring on my biscuit expert here. We'll get his thoughts on the matter. Stand by. Where is he?
Let's take a look at that. Let me see that biscuit.
Ripping it apart. I'm seeing.
Wow. That is nice. Okay. What did you do? Did you preheat the oven to 400 or did you do it to 375?
I did 330 in the air fryer.
Air fryer, 330 in the air fryer.
Yeah, it's a little. I had to freeze the dough because I got a little, so it's a little flat, but it's still delicious. It's so good.
Hey, it looks good. Keep up the good work.
Beast approves. Hey, what happened to your Christmas party, Beast? I thought you called in earlier.
We're waiting. I'm gonna be getting my ride in a couple minutes. See. Always remember, if you don't have this, then you're shoveling shit upstream without a paddle or a canoe.
Now, Beast, let me ask you this. Where is this Christmas party?
It's in the suburbs.
And who's taking you?
Don't worry.
You got a driver?
I already got my Uber taken care of.
Oh, an Uber. Beast is Beast Enterprises funding the Uber?
It's Global Studio headquarters. Oh, that's the one good thing. But I must say right now, Arrow, you're doing a great job with your cooking. Your cooking has improved a hell of a lot better. But I'd like to see you cook a pizza one of these days if it's no problem.
I mean, I can probably cook a pizza. I'm moving back to New York, so I might just get better pizza.
Really?
Yes, I'm moving back at the end of the football season.
Wow.
So 2 weeks, I'm out. I know.
All right. Showtime, people. Well, I'll tell you what. If you want to do a pizza contest, let's do one.
Oh, a pizza.
I would do it. I love making pizza.
Hey, I'll go get the right cheese, the sauce, and I already got my seasoning. So hey, if you want to, let's make it friendly. Pizza contest.
We could do it. My parents are obsessed with going to Arthur Ave to get all the Italian sausages and stuff. We do a huge. My grandma's birthday is on Christmas, so I got all the meats ready. It's all good.
You hear that, Beast? We're coming up with content for the off season now. Well done.
So funny.
Hey, enjoy your Christmas party.
Everything
all right?
counts for perfect reason. Hey, muchos gracias, El Señor Jake. And we should also do a chicken wing contest, but it has to be hot. I'm talking 10 times hot. If anyone's got the balls enough to go the distance. If you can't do it,
Well done, Ariel. You turned
Okay.
Beast into a believer.
Oh, thank you. You know, I try.
Mickey writes, my favorite Beast thing is when he impersonates Gordon Ramsay and does the British accent. Anytime there's food talk, Beast all of a sudden adds a British accent like he is Gordon Ramsay. Sleepy says that's the most normal I've seen Beast behave. Let's see. Did I miss any comments worth? Oh, Big Fella wrote best Ariel segment ever. There you go. And we haven't even gotten to the breakdown portion yet. Jets are 12 or 13 now. Excuse me, 13.5-point underdogs. Please tell me you're not picking the Jets this week, or are you?
I'm not picking the Jets. I'm not in person. This was, I mean, listen, if we would have had a better game against Miami, maybe I would have been like, oh, can we shock them? I literally, again, like I couldn't watch like the whole thing, like front to finish from the start. I was like, is that Brady Cook playing? I was like, yeah. So no, I'm not picking the Jets.
Come on, his last name is Cook, and you're a food junkie. You don't believe?
I know. No, let Brady cook, of course. I hope he does. He got first team reps, so I'm sure he's going to be better. That was a terrible situation to put him in for his first NFL debut. So I was like, ay. But I mean, Mason Taylor's also out. Az Thomas is out. Like, I do think Mechie and Mitchell, we're going to catch the ball. So I think it'll be fine. I feel like my prediction was, I think I said 17-30. So obviously Jets 17. But then I was hearing you guys talk and I was like, I don't know if we're going to get to 17. That's kind of high right now. So
if it's garbage time, I could see it. That's my thing. Like if the Jaguars just get up early, then like maybe late the Jets could score some points when it doesn't matter. As we've seen that a lot this year, but it's tough.
No, I know. I mean, there's like no way on earth that the like Jags can lose to us, because like that was like last night's game. Like you can't have that happen. Like that's just, there's no way that's gonna, like, they need this game. We don't need this game. If we win, I'm probably gonna smile. Like I'll be like, all right, guess we did that. But like I'm not gonna be crying when we most likely lose. I would just like to see, you can't be embarrassed. Like, you know, you gotta like put on some product of the field, but you're going to get outmatched, which makes sense. I feel like Jacksonville's playing like pretty good ball right now. Like Trevor Lawrence is playing good. They're running like very efficiently. Jacoby Myers is there now. Like there's just no way logically that you can see a win actually happening. But I do think that hopefully Sunday, like last Sunday, was a wake-up call, and we're not going to look like that, because that was too much for me to handle. And around all my friends, I was like, I was like, this is not going to go well.
Got to lose at this point. I'm telling you, it's better. Makes it easier to get the quarterback than having to give up all these picks.
No, I'm aware, and like logically, I know that. So I'm not going to be, oh my gosh, so sad if we lose when I don't think we're going to even beat the Saints. Honestly, I feel like Tyler Shuck's playing better. I'm not that worried about winning. So that's why I feel like I'm less, like I can still be positive, because I feel like it matters to like the guys, especially, and like AG, like you want them to, you know, be proud of something, because you can't go into the next season being like, okay, great, we got a quarterback, we got new players. Like if we like ended with like 4 horrific games, you know? So I feel like if you can be realistic and be like, okay, the talent we had clearly wasn't good enough to win, but we put something on the field, we know what we're working with. I'm happy with that, you know?
100%. Now, I asked you this question because you're uniquely qualified to discuss it. A lot of Jet fans want Kyler Murray as the bridge with a rookie next year. You work for the Cardinals. You watch all the Cardinals games up close. What's your latest feel on Kyler?
So at first I was like, absolutely not. Because just, I mean, when like Justin was playing, like to me, they're kind of like the same like archetype. Obviously, like I feel like Kyler Murray definitely like has a higher like ceiling, of course. But I mean, the style, it seems like Engstrand's running is more of like that pocket passer. And Kyler Murray just doesn't really fit that. And he even like said at the beginning, because like I watch, like I try to like keep up with the Cardinals too and stuff. Like he said he wants to utilize his legs more at the beginning. So I just don't see how it would be a fit. I don't think he's definitely not going to be on the Cardinals, I don't think. But I think he's going to be successful wherever he goes. I feel like there's a lot of teams that would take him, that need a quarterback, like depending on how this whole draft thing shakes out. I don't know, depending how Shador like shakes out over there. Like, I don't know. There's just a lot up in the air. So no, I was like way too hard-nosed, like absolutely not. He cannot come to the Jets. Now I'm like, okay, I've had some time to sit back with it. I think he is going to be successful somewhere else. But like watching the Cardinals now, I mean, they're kind of a mess right now too. So I like get why he's not playing another snap for them. I get why they're kind of both just done. So No, I don't think he's a fit for the Jets. Like, do you?
Not really.
Yeah.
I guess you could argue he might have more of an upside over some of the other options we talked about, but I don't know if he's good to have around like a young quarterback who's going to be trying to learn and develop. And I rather a veteran who's more like understanding what the role is than someone like Kyler who's 28 is going to be looking for an opportunity to play and maybe
Yeah.
not do everything in his power to help that rookie develop.
No, I completely agree. Because also, like, I do love Kyler Murray. Like, I think he's like, great. But I don't know if he's like, the correct personality fit just for what we have right now and for what like AG is trying to build. It just doesn't seem like the guy for this situation. But I wish him well. Like, I want him to like succeed. So yeah, I mean, after watching last night's game too, I know people are talking about it. I was talking with my dad like this morning, like on the phone. I was like, I mean, we have a great O line, and with Myers like signing, it's like I'm not like, oh, get Kirk Cousins for sure, but I'm like, we might have some options. I know we're probably trying to get Mendoza. Like, there's so much in the offseason, we can't tackle this all right now, but it's definitely, I'm not as like nervous that we're gonna miss. I feel like there's options, whereas before I was like, I don't think we have anything.
It ends with hopefully one of these quarterbacks in the draft because that's the easiest way to turn this around.
Do you for sure want Mendoza, or like if Moore comes out, are you more like undecided yet?
I like Moore too. I just want them to get a quarterback this year. The idea of waiting another year is insane to me.
I know it's tough because you say that every year. Like they said that about this year's class. They were oh, Moore just said, then this year is going to be crazy. And now they're like, just wait a minute. So yeah, I mean, our drafts is looking pretty good. Unfortunately, sad for Daniel Jones. That's terrible. But in Jets' favor, I'm like, whoa, that trade's looking crazy. I'm impressed by Darren Muji. I'm very excited about him being our GM.
Will you make Darren Muji some biscuits if he requests them?
I would
for some good luck.
Spend my entire life savings and make him 1,000,000 biscuits if that's literally whatever he needs. I don't care.
That gives you the type of insight you need about the level of crazy Jet fan that Ariel is. Love it.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, but it should be good. I'm excited. I'm excited for the rest of these games. I'm excited to watch them with my family. The last two, I'm excited. I'm not working, so I'm still going to enjoy watching the Jets definitely lose to the Jags, but that's okay.
Enjoy the biscuits while you do it.
Thank you. Bye, Jake.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ariel Nash, Bites and Breakdowns.
I hug him every day. I hug him every day.
Woody Johnson hugs for all. Hey, we got a membership donation here, 5 of them from Matt L., who won a signed Broadway Joe Namath football yesterday. He's in the raffle for 5. Also, a lot of positive feedback for the Ariel segment, including this one from Big Fella. Ariel, all we needed was for you to cook instead of going to Trader Joe's. Back on the good side of the chat. And then, hey, now, how about this from Bucks Fanatic? Are you kidding me? A $100 super chat.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I was thinking about Bucks Fanatic last night because we had another Todd Bowles special, watching that in prime time. His super chat says, Todd Bowles has ruined my football season. Can't stand the guy. Jet fans know Todd Toilet Bowl always finds a way to ruin fans' days, but at least I got your show. My wife says I'm a Jets fan in another life. She could be onto something. Happy holidays. Well, Bucks Fanatic, as usual, if you do win the raffle at the end of the show, we'll customize it for something Tampa Bay Bucks related for you. Very nice gesture, man. Love that you tune in and still watch the show, even though you're not a Jet fan. But, man, we've seen that game as Jet fans a lot with Bowles as our coach. Inferior team game you got to have, and you just find a way to lose. It's brutal. So I feel you. Maybe that is the game that is the cause for change with Tampa. I mean, they've changed the OC 3 straight years, but the head coach has remained, and now it's like, well, what do you do? But that was a tough one. And also, it was shocking to see Bowles having the potty mouth at the podium last night. Everyone see that clip? We played it with Green Bean on our first show this morning. But this is not AI. This is not a fake presser. Like, this was Bowles letting the F-bomb rip 7 times in like 30 seconds.
It's inexcusable. You don't make excuses. You got to fucking care enough where the shit hurts. You gotta fucking care enough where the shit hurts. It gotta fucking mean something to you. It's more than a job. It's your fucking livelihood. How well do you know your job? How well can you do your job? Well, you can't sugarcoat that shit. It was in the fucking excusable, and there's no fucking answer for it. There's no excuse for it. That's what you tell them in the locker room. Look in the fucking mirror.
On behalf of the Jake Asman Show, we apologize for the foul language.
Still waiting here for the Uber. Okay, and well, congratulations to Ariel. Keep up that good work, and maybe one day you'll get your own cooking television show. Keep up the good work. Maybe Food Network will get you one day. Keep it going. Keep it strong.
Ladies and gentlemen, sports fans of all ages, welcome to the event of the year, the moment you've all been waiting for. This is the Asmaniac Rumble.
You are one useless piece of shit. You know that.
You are one big.
Where are you going?
You have no idea what life is. You haven't been to the promised land. You haven't even been to time. You haven't even survived the hardcore life.
There is nowhere you're going. You were just staying in that miserable.
You're just like JJ and Gary, the three stooges of stupidity. Yeah, that's right.
Sad.
Yeah. Roll Larry and Curly.
Grand Park is waiting for you.
I'd rather watch Curly
final resting place.
by Mo on steroids.
Santa Beast.
You know my
resting place will be Grand Park.
Hang. You're not in my league.
Very
disappointed. You don't have the balls. You don't have my boots. You couldn't carry my bags.
You are. I'm sorry, Santa.
You should be picking up my bags and taking it to the locker room, buddy boy.
I'm sorry.
You're
no
not
one cares
hardcore.
about you.
You're nothing.
Your mom adopted you. No one wants you. No one likes you. No one likes you.
Sorry, pal. You're in the wrong, pal. You've always been in the wrong. You'll always be in the wrong. You're just
Santa Beast. You are useless.
Sorry.
Useless.
No.
I'm sorry. It's
wrong,
over.
Buddy. I
in
built
my
more
opinion,
battles than you.
In
I
my
got
opinion,
more
it's
balls
over.
than you. You're just some worthless.
Your mom adopted you. No one wants you. God dang, Alan. God dang. Wow.
No one wants him. No.
Look.
Yeah. Well, I know
someone that wants him. I know
you're
someone
in goddamn denial.
I know someone that can change him. I know a man that can change him. I know a man that can make him useful and no longer useless. By the way,
matter of fact, my ETA's on my way in 5 minutes. So you know what? I don't got time for
5 minutes.
How's all your simping working out?
Did you get shit like Alan? Did you get? I gotta go get ready because my Uber's gonna get here in 5 minutes. So I'm on my way to a Christmas party. I'm already looking good, looking pimp, while Alan looks like the one-legged gimp. At least I got
gimp.
Nobody else got.
How do you look like
one-legged gimp?
How did all your simping work out?
It's over. Beast, you're 41. It's over.
Sorry, kid. You're not in my league.
360 pounds of nothing. That's all you are.
You are just
Let me lift the curtain on why that rumble happened. Behind the scenes in the private chat, Alan has just been going up and in on Beast the entire show. So I decided to let my man's man Beast go head to head with Alan right away. Beast, you clearly won that rumble. Well done.
He's nothing. He's all smoke and mirrors. He can't even carry my bags. You know what he should be doing? He should be getting on his knees and carrying my bags to the locker room because I'm Ric Flair, and he should be a bellboy and carry my bags.
Well said. All right, we'll get to more of your calls shortly here. I do have some super chats to get caught up on. Bucks Fanatic says you got to play that clip every time I gift their super chat. Angry Bulls. I'll keep that in mind. Bucks Fanatic, you're the man. Thanks for the super chats today. I got you down in the raffle for 20 entries for the $100 one, and then another 25 already. I mean, man, Bucks Fanatic, have a day. Dana says, I'll send $1 for each dollar Allen and Beast stay on. You'll send $1 for each, you mean for every minute Allen and Beast stay on? Every second? Well, Dana says, I'll round up. LOL. Beast is the hero of the show today. Who would have thunk it? He's a man's man, folks. I've been trying to tell people this for a year now. All right, you won't get this anywhere else.
Hey, what's up?
That's right, baby. Look at that proof. See, that's something Allen doesn't have. Look at that. Hey, I might be big, I might be bad, But let me just say this. I might be the next Andrew Dice Clay, as they all say. Let's see. What can I start off with? Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet, eating her curds and whey. Along came a spider, sat beside her and said, "Hey, what's in the bowl, bitch? Ow!"
That guy fucked me twice. By the way, Beast, that
Jill went up
3X
the hill
jacket doesn't
with a
fit.
bucket of
What's
water.
going on?
Jill came down with
Beast,
250.
what size is that, Beast?
Oh!
Beast,
You
what?
tell me how crazy I am. I just took 4 chair headshots.
One day the Jets won't be 3-10, and we'll have meaningful games to be discussing. DeRoyd in our raffle for 2. We're giving away a Jets jersey at the end of the show for anyone just tuning in. Jake, would it have been better for strength of schedule? The Falcons would have lost and Tampa would have won. No, it's better that Atlanta won last night because you want to separate the Jets from other teams that have around the same amount of wins as them. So if you look at the Tankathon standings, and this is not updated with last night's result, Atlanta had 4 wins, right? Well, now they have 5. The Jets are at 3. You want to distance yourself from them. Because if they finish tied, Atlanta would leap in front of the Jets, believe it or not. And it's not because the Jets beat them head-to-head. It's based on strength of schedule. Right now, the Jets are at 7. Atlanta, they actually moved up only 1 spot, but that could change based on the results of the games this week. They're now at 10 on the actual standings. Jaden says, Beast needs some serious help. You just can't handle the fact, Jaden, that he's a man's man. That's what it comes down to. What else do we have here? We have some more calls. We already saw a couple of them. Looks like Gary's joining us from some sort of hotel room.
He's pointing. Gary Box, I'm pointing at you. Gary Box, he pointed at you. Gary Box, I'm pointing. I'm pointing. I'm pointing. I'm pointing. Gary Box, point at you. I point.
What up, Jake? How are you?
Where are you calling us from? A hotel room somewhere?
I am. I'm calling you from a hotel room in Alamo City, USA, San Antonio.
Do you remember the Alamo?
It's across the street. It's across the street from my hotel.
Fantastic.
Yeah. That beast call. That jacket. I'd be mad at him for being a simp, but that jacket, you can't be mad at him in that jacket. 1991 call that wanted jacket back. That thing was extraordinary.
I hope he calls in from this Christmas party because it sounds like it's going to be electric.
What is it like? What is the Christmas party for? Like, who's having the Christmas party?
All we know is that it's located in the suburbs and he's taking an Uber there. We couldn't get any other additional information.
And he can't really answer a question directly, so it's like no point in trying to push.
That is correct.
I once saw this shirt. This guy was walking, a black shirt with white letters, and it just said, "Beat up simps." It's pretty good advice. I like that shirt. I think that's pretty salient advice. I think that's a good message to communicate to the world. Actually, don't do it because you'll get arrested for some bad reason. But it's a good advice. It's good advice. If we beat up simps, we'd have less simps, and everyone would be better. Just keep that in mind, guys. I had a question on Brees. Brees is good to go, right? He's good. The knees.
He does not. Yeah, he doesn't have an injury designation, so he's good to go.
Okay. Because going without making Cook go out there with no Brees Hall in the back, it would be like cruel and unusual punishment. At least you got Brees back there with you. All right, that makes me feel a little better. I can't guys. I'm hoping for the best too with Cook. But I'm not saying it's going to be as bad as what was the quarterback's name that went to UConn that came in for Zach Wilson? What the hell was his name? Tim Boyle. I'm not saying it's going to be as bad as Tim Boyle, but guys, he was not good. And that was when they didn't even tape him. Like they had no tape on him, and he was that bad. Maybe we'll get a miracle, but I would tamper my expectations seriously on what we think we're going to get out of Brady Cook. I
think he's going to be better than Tim Boyle. That's a pretty low bar.
That's a real low bar. He can't really be in the NFL and be worse than Boyle. But somehow Boyle kept getting jobs.
Well, you want to know why? I had a friend of mine who used to work for the Houston Texans. He told me this because Boyle was with them. Because I said to him, I don't understand like how this guy keeps getting jobs. And he said he's one of the best practice quarterbacks I've ever seen. Like the guy's great in practice, and then in the actual game, he's terrible. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, we get this with fighters too. I'll have trainers and managers and stuff like, you want to see my guy spar? Not really. Like I have really no interest in that. I want to see him fight. Like some people are good at practice, so it doesn't really mean a whole bunch. But yeah, there was another quarterback that played for the Giants. He got a job with the Redskins. I think Jake Fromm. Remember the Georgia quarterback, Jake Fromm? He played. He started for the. He was probably, besides Tim Boyle, the worst quarterback I ever saw. And he kept getting jobs too. Like I don't like. Quarterbacks really do have 9 lives. Like Brady Cook, I don't think he'll be on the team next year, but he may be on some other team next year. Like quarterbacks just circulate, which makes like the Vince Young thing really shocking. Like Vince Young was just out of the NFL. Like no one wanted Vince Young.
Hey, question from Taylor. What is a simp?
A simp is to make it simple, to make it plain. A simp is like an apologist for women, someone who's always an apologist defending women, kind of like that, who comes on and every girl, like, just pay attention to the chat when Ariel is on, and that's a simp, right? And I just wonder, did Beast get the hit? Did the simping work? Oh, it didn't work again? Shocking. I don't understand it. Like,
what did Beast do wrong? He was very complimentary of the item. I brought Beast on because he's my go-to for food items.
I'm not gonna say Ariel seems like a proper woman. She does. She seems like a proper young lady. I have no.
Hey, Rich says,
her.
I'm a simple then. I love my daughters.
That's a ridiculous comment. That's a ridiculous
Boomtown
comment.
says, not a very good definition.
How? Okay, well, give a more
Yo
simple.
Holmes says, again, Gary doesn't know what words mean.
Yeah, Yo Holmes is he's a genius, right? He says that he said that a misogynist isn't someone who hates women. The word literally means hatred of woman. From the Koine Greek, misos, hatred of, genie, woman, hatred of woman. The word literally means hatred of woman. He goes, that's not what it means. Yo Holmes is probably on the short list of the dumbest human beings on the face of the earth. Like, he's on a short list.
Boomtown says, it's not my burden to define the word you used.
You said I was wrong, so it kind of is. When you say someone's wrong, yeah, it kind of is. Logic is not this hard, guys. I know y'all have never thought about thinking. Like, you guys don't think about things. You don't process things. You don't run it through the old cheese grater. I get it, but it's
Zach
not.
says, prove your claim.
What claim?
You made a claim.
Which claim did I? When did I make a claim? What claim are you referring to?
As Zach, he wrote it.
Okay, it's like, this is why, guys, you should avoid. That's not your brother, is it? That's not Zach. Your brother's Zach, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
I always
that's
remember
not my brother.
my brother is named Zach because of Zach Wilson. It's a horrible connection to make, and I feel bad for him. I hope other people don't connect him to Zach Wilson. Okay, but that guy, this is why you should not deal with low IQ people. Like, they're stupid, and they're just going to frustrate you with their stupidity. Don't deal with them. I would not deal with low IQ people. It's just, there's nothing fruitful that can come of that conversation. Like
Anthony says, I mean, just look how idiotic Gary looks.
This is a guy that won't even show his face on camera. That's what we have here. This guy won't even show his face on camera. That's what he thinks of himself. He's so embarrassed by the things that he says that he can't even put his face to it. That's that guy right there.
Yo Holmes says, CTE kicking like a mule.
Another guy with a 70 IQ that is too embarrassed to put his face on a camera. Right? Like, he's a grown man, presumably, right? And he's too embarrassed. He trolls the chat and is too embarrassed to put his face onto it. His ancestors are embarrassed by him. They're ashamed of him. And this is why you should beat up simps. But you shouldn't, because you'll probably get arrested.
Anthony says, I like you, Gary, but the braids must go.
I've gotten 2 compliments on my braids just in the airport this morning. One lady was touching them, and she said that you should tip your hairstylist a lot because those are really good. I'm like, I know. Mimi's well taken care of. You guys can hate on the braids, but like, it's just, that's what it is. It's hate. Like, they obviously look extraordinary, and everybody knows that. You can tell me my hair is not luxurious, but you know that it is.
Gator says, embarrassing is traveling to see the Nets.
I didn't travel to see the Nets. The Nets are in San Antonio. This is a work thing. I have traveled to see the Nets, and I went to Charlotte, But I'm not here to see the Nets. The Nets are actually playing Dallas, and I can't go. They're in Dallas, and I'm here. But they play them again in January. They play them twice in Dallas this year because of the tournament, the in-season tournament.
Boomtown says the Merriam-Webster dictionary has simp defined as someone, especially a man, who shows excessive concern, attention, or deference towards a romantic partner or love interest.
A woman. Yeah, a man. It's a woman. Yeah. Okay. So how is saying an apologist for women? Not that. It's exactly what it is. Logic isn't this hard, guys. Thinking is not this hard. Like, guys, you should not Boomtown, but just in general, you guys should try thinking sometimes. Like, think about thinking. Like, think things through. Run it through the cheese grater. Run it through its conclusions, right? Run it through its logical conclusions, and you won't sound like morons, right? And then when you try to debate me, you won't get mollywopped because you guys don't know how to think.
Gary Gator says embarrassing is buying a headset for the road at Dollar Tree.
Why is that embarrassing? Well, I'm not going to bring my headset. Why would it be embarrassing?
You'll listen back to this call and you'll hear the audio. It's not great.
Is it bad? Is the audio bad? But it's still going to be better. It's still going to be better than the laptop, right?
I'm not so sure. A laptop might be better. Yeah.
Okay. Is it in and out? My internet's not great either here either. Never. I say here every time I'm saying so. My internet's not great here either. Is it the internet or is it the headset? You think? Because the internet's not great. Yeah, the internet's not great.
Frank says the definition didn't say woman.
Okay, then that definition is wrong. Where'd you get the definition from? Like, where'd it come from? Urban Dictionary or whatever? Like,
it came from Merriam-Webster. That's where Boomtown pulled it from.
Merriam-Webster has simp in the dictionary?
That's where Boomtown just pulled it from.
I thought that was a joke. He really got it from Merriam-Webster has the word simp in the dictionary? That's extraordinary.
Yes.
That's hilarious. What do you think it added the word simp? That's hilarious. That's awesome. It's still not an argument. That's still an appeal to authority.
M123 says, LOL, if Gary doesn't agree, it's wrong.
I don't know what that means. But this is another low IQ guy. Okay, saying because Merriam-Webster said so, that's called an appeal to authority fallacy. If you weren't a moron and you thought about thinking for 5 seconds, you could conclude that, but you people don't know how to think. Well, I read on the internet.
Almost like words have definitions.
Words have multiple definitions. They have etymologies, and the etymology of a misogynist is hatred of women. But you're too stupid to know what words mean. You don't know what a misogynist is because you're not smart. You don't know what a simp is because you're not smart. Like, you don't know what narcissistic personality disorder is because you're not smart. You've somehow made it to adulthood, well into adulthood, with no intellectual curiosity, having learned nothing. You're an embarrassment to your ancestors.
You're smarter than anyone you know. Is that true?
No, I know smart people. I try not to hang out with low IQ people, so I try to hang out with smart people. When you hang out with smart people, you'll get smarter. Just like if you play golf with better golfers, you'll get good at golf. Or if you play basketball with better basketball players, you'll get better. If you hang out with smart people, you'll get smarter.
Have you ever gone on a fight trip without cornrows, or is that mandatory?
I used to. I fought because I always had a flop of hair, so you can't fight with longish hair. You got to tie it up. It'll look horrible and it'll be in your face. Right? Like every time you get hit, it'll look like you've just got teed off on. So you got to have cornrows if you have longer hair. It's not complicated. But
M123 says Gary thinks if you don't agree with him, you're not smart.
Again, this is another guy that knows that. Look at it. This is what he does, right? He comes on the Jake Asman show and can't put his name. Put your name to it. You don't have the balls to do it, right? You don't have the balls to call in because you hate yourself, and probably for good reason, right? Like there's probably a good reason why you hate yourself. Now it's something that can be fixed, but almost certainly you're a loser who's too afraid to call in. Like almost certainly, like Beast is willing to call in. Beast has more balls than you do, Strudel, man. Like think about that. Like think about where your life is. That you're afraid to call in on the Jake Asman show because you're such a failure in life. Think about that. Like think about where you are. I mean, now you could change that tomorrow. Like that's the one thing I disagree with what Alan said, that Beast will never be anything. Beast can be something tomorrow if he wants. He can better himself tomorrow if he wants to.
Yo, Home says wrong again, Gary.
65 IQ. Don't deal with low IQ people.
How do you know he has a 65 IQ?
Because you can. It's an estimate. It's an estimate. You know, it's a working estimate. But you can.
Boss Girl says, "Why is someone wrong if they don't call in?"
Who says they're wrong if they don't call in? Who said that, Boss Girl?
Well, isn't your implication that since Strudelman didn't call in, there's something wrong with him?
Well, he said, well, I'm not understanding. He said if they're wrong. I never said they're wrong. I said they don't have the balls to call in. And I don't like that comment. This is why women shouldn't really speak too much because it never makes sense. Like, probably just shut your mouth and just go find a husband who can lead you and stop talking. Right? Like,
Boss
women
Girl
should
says you
remain
did.
silent.
You're going after Boss Girl now. What does her having to be a woman have anything to do with their comments?
She should probably learn in silent, and she should probably follow the men. She should probably keep her mouth shut. That'd probably be her best bet. She'd be a lot more attractive if you didn't talk, kind of thing.
You said
know?
They're embarrassed to show their face. That's what you said.
That doesn't mean you're wrong. I'm embarrassed to show my face doesn't mean I'm wrong. The two things are non sequiturs.
Everyone who has never called in has no balls. These were your words.
That's not. I didn't say that either. I said you didn't have any balls, but these aren't my words, right? Like, you can play it back. I didn't. And this is what people do because they're stupid, right? They have to make up things that I didn't say. You do it too, and then say that I said it. No, because if you actually repeated what I said, it's perfectly logical. So the only thing that you guys can do, because you're failures as men, is to make up things and then say that I said those things when I never said them.
Hawk says Gary, undisputed GOAT.
Oh, wow. Is that Hawk? Is that Hawk? Is that the Hawk?
Boss Girl says
Dude,
you are
what's
an
up,
extremely insecure man, no security in your masculinity.
It's always hysterical when some woman tells you you're not masculine, you're not feminine. Shut up and go take care of your husband. Like, shut your mouth and go do something. You're not feminine. Like, go be a woman. It's always hysterical to me when a woman tells you you're not a real man, you're not masculine, you're not feminine. Shut up and go follow your husband.
M123 says, LOL, I'm a failure as a man because Gary said so. Boss Girl says you are such a loser.
Awesome, Boss Girl. And you're sitting here responding. You're listening to me talk. So what does that make you? You're tuned into me. So what does that make you? If there was a loser that I thought was legitimately a loser, I wouldn't pay him. I wouldn't pay him any mind. Like, I wouldn't. I just don't care what they have to say about anything. Like, I don't care what Yo Holmes thinks about anything in this world. There's nothing that any opinion he has that I care about. None. Zero. Because I don't respect his intelligence on anything.
And Banks says misogynistic or a misogynist moron.
Okay. Let's say that's true. What's your point? Let's say I concede this. What's your point?
Yo Holmes writes in, Gary embarrassing himself is my favorite part of the show.
Who's embarrassed? Like, this is a guy that doesn't have the balls to call in as an adult, and he sits waiting for the Jake Asman show to start. No offense to you, it's a good show. Waiting for the Jake Asman show to insult people he's never met in his life. Like, think about where you are in your life as a man when that's what you do.
Boss Girl says you don't care, Gary, yet you're responding to everyone with insults.
I'm responding to people with truth. If you take it as an insult, you take it as an insult. I can't tell you how to take things. Like, I'm just telling you the truth. If you don't like it, I don't know, do something about it. But really, you should stop talking. Like, women in general should basically stop talking because they really don't have much of interest to say. So think about that.
And you claim you're not a misogynist with a comment like that?
If I say someone's not interesting, does that mean I hate them?
You just said women. You just
yeah, you know what I'm saying. Where's the hatred there? If I don't think someone's interesting, that means, i.e., I hate them. This is where you have to start thinking about thinking. Like, I married a woman.
Your definition of misogyny is wrong again.
Okay, look at Jake. Misogynist comes from the two Greek words, misos, and Boomtown can check me, which means hatred of, and gyne, which means woman, like a gynecologist. That's where the word comes from. Misogyny, misogynist, hatred of women.
You dislike, despise, or are strongly prejudiced against women. That comment would fall under that.
I just explained. I've just given you the etymology of the word. Now you can try to debate the etymology of the word, but you'd be wrong because that's exactly what the word means. Hatred of women. That's literally what it translates into the Koine Greek. Hatred of women. That's what the word means.
Yo Holmes says, Gary, dumb man or dumbest man on earth.
Yeah, this is Yo Holmes, right? Like, again, come on the live stream, right? You won't do it because you'll get
Yo Holmes. Words have multiple meaning. Gary 3 minutes ago.
They do have multiple meanings. They don't have multiple etymologies. And I know that Yo Holmes has an IQ of 60, so he has no clue what an etymology is, right? I understand that. But words have one etymology. They can have different uses. Like, if I say bark, what am I talking about? Am I talking about the outer part of a tree, or am I talking about what a dog says?
Mouse
all about
Killer says,
context.
do you have an estimate on how many punches you took to the head, Gary?
No, I don't. Do you? How many have you taken, Mouse Killer?
Taylor says Gary is spiraling.
I don't know who these people are. And these people that spend their day thinking about me. I don't know who you are, Taylor. Where's Hawk?
Are you sure they're
shout
spending
out
their
to
day
Hawk.
thinking about you, or you happen to be on the
They're
show?
sitting here
and
commenting, talking about me. They're sitting here.
well, you're
talking
on a
about
show
me.
that they're watching, though. They're not watching for you.
Has the viewership spiked, Jake? No offense, TJ. You do a great show. They didn't tune in for me.
The viewership
but,
has remained the same because people know your act. But like people didn't tune in today, being like, "Man, I hope Gary makes crazy comments."
I'm not taking it from you. You drew the audience, but they didn't leave when I showed up. I'll just put that out there.
They usually don't leave unless the show goes on for hours upon hours, and then it starts to dip naturally, like every other show.
You know your viewership better than anybody else, so I'm not going to comment on that. I'm sure you. I don't debate that. You should, right? So I'm not going to debate that. What you're saying is it hasn't.
Boomtown says from Merriam-Webster, misogyny refers to specifically to a hatred of women. The word is formed from the Greek word.
Read the whole thing again. Read it for the retard Yo Holmes, and read it slow so you can understand.
Other English words, both common and...
No. Pull it up again and read it again for Yo Holmes.
Why don't you read it then, Gary? Calm down.
Misogyny refers specifically to a hatred of women. The word is formed from the Greek roots, meson, to hate, and gyne, woman. Isn't that exactly what I said? And then you have low IQ people like, oh, Gary is wrong. Like, this is why you don't deal with low IQ people. Like, there's nothing that's productive that's ever going to come. You're never going to bear any fruit from having someone like Yo Holmes in your life. Never.
There's also prejudice, too. It doesn't necessarily need to be hatred.
No,
it can be prejudice.
No, it literally does. It literally does. Misos means hatred of. That's what that word means.
Strudel man thinks, who do you think you're intimidating? I agree. You're having a meltdown on a jet show.
I'm not having a meltdown. I'm not having a. Are you okay, Jake?
I'm very calm, Gary. You're the one crying.
Am I screaming and cursing?
Yes, you're actually screaming. Maybe not cursing.
I'm not screaming at all. That's how I always talk.
Rich says, you sound like you hate women, Gary. Sorry, but true.
All right, so Jake, do you hate women?
I do not.
Okay, I married one and have given my life to providing and protecting for one. Have you?
That doesn't mean that you don't hate women.
Just a yes or no.
But that doesn't mean you're not prejudiced.
Just a yes or no will do.
No, I will not acknowledge your yes or no questions.
Because you fall flat on your face. Because I actually love women.
So because you're married, that means you love women. That's your logic.
No. It means no.
No, that's your logic. That's your logic, big guy.
Nope. Yeah, that's what you made up.
You love women. You love women, baby.
I do love women.
Yes or no?
Yes. Yes,
Eli
very much
says,
so.
great meltdown from. I agree. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, because Jake's a misogynist.
Yeah.
You are, right? You said I hate. You say I hate women, and I've done more for providing and protecting for women.
I don't know if you hate women. I think your views are very prejudiced towards women. I don't know if you hate women.
That's fine. Okay. Are your views prejudiced?
They're not. I think you're also having a meltdown here. Are you okay?
I'm not having. Are you okay?
I'm cool, man.
You seem like you're having a meltdown. You seem like you're having a hissy fit.
I don't think so. You're the one
see how that's not an argument?
Appear on a YouTube show.
Do you see how like none of this is relevant? None of that's an argument. You're just appealing to emotion like a woman. You're showing your feminine side here. You're having a meltdown. I'm not doing anything.
No, you are. You're actually freaking out. That's why I'm
freaking. Have I cursed yet?
You called someone a retard like a minute ago. So maybe not technically a curse, but an offensive term.
So the answer would be no. The answer would be no.
Okay, so retard is fine to say.
No,
we're good. You called Yo Holmes a retard, to quote you.
So what's your point?
That you're having a meltdown, and I'm worried about you.
So how am I having a meltdown?
You're screaming and yelling.
This is how I always talk.
I'm worried about you.
I'm yelling. I'm worried about you. You're appealing to emotion like a 13-year-old girl.
Marlon says Gary is a sexist. I tend to agree.
Maybe.
I tend to agree.
What do you mean by sexist? What do you mean by that term?
Now, Brandon says you're crashing out for sure. A lot of people agree with me. They think you're crashing out.
I don't really care what a lot of people think.
Yes or no, Gary? Yes or no?
Yes or no what? Yes or no what?
Thank you for the time.
Chicken with pasta is worse than peanut butter with sandwich.
Oh my God, I love it. All right, what a moment in time. Let's keep it rolling here. Where do we go next? Thank you to Gary for blessing us with that meltdown of champions there. Not a meltdown, sorry. Not a meltdown.
Chuck Wagon's always cooking, which it takes. Chuck Wagon's even cooking at the game. Chuck Wagon hates McDonald's, but he's headed home to cook. It's time once again for Chuck Wagon.
Wow. I really have to follow that, Jake.
Hopefully with better audio. What the hell's happening to your sound?
With my sound?
It might be the AirPods.
Yeah, it probably is. Same one I usually always wear.
It's a little better now. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Just wanted to talk about the game on Sunday. I kind of feel like this is going to be a low-scoring game. I'm going to hammer the under. The Jags' offense isn't as electric as Connor made it seem out to be. They're 15th in rushing and 19th in passing. So, yeah, I really, I mean, anything is possible, but I really just don't think there's going to be a lot of points scored on either side. God, I'll be surprised if the Jets even scored 10 points. So, yeah.
It could be tough. They could in garbage time put up some production. That's why I did go over on some of the props, because I could see this game getting out of hand early and they're playing from behind, and kind of similar to the script we saw against Miami, only maybe a little less drops, so there could be some more points.
Yeah, maybe, again, I can see some certain players hitting their overs on yardage for receiving. I mean, the Jets really, the Jets have the seventh best rushing for this season so far. They really got to slow the game down and eat up a lot of the clock. Less possessions for the Jags, definitely. Especially if they want to keep this to a single score game.
It's going to be ugly, man. And I'm not even rooting for them to win. It'd be nice to not get embarrassed, see some young players play well. But, yeah, you can't expect much on Sunday. They're a 13.5-point underdog.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, they could lose technically 17-3, but I really think that if the Jets can keep it under 41.5, I have a feeling that they have a better shot on covering too.
Hey, by the way, do you consider Gary's call that last sequence there? Was that considered a meltdown? Because I'm running a poll right now. I'm curious what the audience thinks.
I don't.
So you're in the minority.
I know I'm not defending him. I'm not defending him in any way. But listen, I don't know. Maybe he had a long drive. Maybe he's exhausted. Maybe he's tired. Maybe he's not getting enough love in that he wants. I don't know. Maybe he was just having a really bad day. We don't know.
70% right now responding to the question, did Gary 3D Boxing have a, quote, meltdown during his most recent call, have said yes, and then no was at 30%.
Oh, I just saw that. Yep.
Tom says, I would consider it a healthy exchange of words.
Well, I wouldn't call it a healthy exchange of words, but like I said, I guess, listen, everybody has off days. Gary may have just had a bad day.
Or he might be having a good day.
If that's a good day, holy shit, wow.
I think he's having a good day. I think, Gary, you're having a good day, right?
Yeah, it's not like exceptionally good, but it's a good day. Yeah, I would say it's 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 day.
Gas station pizza is better than a Big Mac.
Does that change your answer at all, Chuck Wagon? I know you're a new viewer to the show. That's why I was curious your opinion.
No, it's okay. No, I once I give my opinion, I usually stick with it.
I like it. You got conviction, Chuck Wagon. What's for dinner tonight before we let you run?
Leftover. This weekend is a big day. My daughters are in the Nutcracker, and I work projections. I've been doing it for 4 years now. So we're just trying to get through this weekend. 3 shows, and I'm like half tired as it is. So
Well, hang in there, Chuck Wagon. Always going to
Yep.
get you on the program.
Same here. Thank you for taking my call.
Where's Bobby today, by the way? Figured he'd call in at some point. Let's see. Eli got you in the raffle, by the way. More calls right now, ladies and gentlemen. We saw him rumble with Beast earlier, and now he's still on the line.
Warning, warning, Allen alert. Shit's about to get ugly, folks. Warning, Allen alert. Hide the children.
I don't know what's more exciting, listening to Chuck Wagon or watching paint dry. I don't know. I think they're like head to head pretty much.
Come on, you're coming after Chuck Wagon now?
That is the most boringest piece of crap on the planet, okay?
Well, he's exciting when he cooks. That's what he's at his best.
Oh, my God. What a snorefest. Jesus Christ. A couple of comments, but one question for Ariel. Why would anybody in 2026 move to New York?
Plenty of people keep doing it, Alan.
Because I heard U-Hauls from Arizona to New York are 75% off. So I guess she's in good shape there. So here's the two comments on earlier show. There are a lot of delusional Jet fans. And then there's Neil. Neil's a next level delusion, okay?
How many people will you insult in one call?
Okay. I have never heard anybody be so enamored with a third string UFL quarterback like that guy.
Oh, Adrian Martinez.
I have in my life, that guy, I watched him in Nebraska and I watched him at Kansas State. That guy is barely an NFL quarterback, and he thinks this guy's going to win anything. It's unbelievable. I don't know what Neil's why. I respect Neil. I know he's very positive, but that is not the right take at all. I don't know what he's thinking. He's actually caring about Adrian Martinez and Brady Cook. I mean, the season's over. Any Jet fan who wants the Jets to win any of these 4 games are not Jet fans. You have to root for them to lose. And you have these two bums who will basically be bagging groceries in the offseason. And Neil is talking about Adrian Martinez, that he is an actual NFL quarterback. And Jake, I listened to Neil, and I could see your face. You're like, what is this moron talking about?
Well, I mean, I love Neil. I don't think Adrian Martinez is any good. I don't expect anything
seriously. Honestly, with that take, how?
Because I love Neil. He's a crazy fan like all of us.
You can't take him seriously. You can't with that take.
I disagree with his opinion on Adrian Martinez. It doesn't mean he doesn't have a right to give it.
He has a right to give it, but you think it's delusional.
I mean, what did he really say? That was like, I don't even remember what he was saying.
He basically said they need to put Adrian Martinez in the game because he
thinks he's better than Brady Cook. It might not be that ridiculous after we watch a full game of Brady Cook.
Oh, Brady Cook is horrendous too, but Adrian Martinez might be a notch better than horrendous. Okay.
Hey, I need you to comment on this because I'm curious. Leon wants to know. Well, Leon, his observation is that you take the nastiest dumps. You look like someone that does.
They're horrible. Absolutely.
Is this true?
Oh my God. All over the
place. Yo Home says, what's wrong with bagging groceries?
There's nothing wrong, but I don't want them to be my quarterback.
Tom A says, Alan wants to take away Neil's right to bad opinions.
I appreciate Neil's opinions, but that one is just next level stupid.
Mike wants to know, did Alan just ask how Jake takes someone else seriously?
I think Jake realizes that take is moronic. I think he
Leon
does.
says, figures Alan, a supreme douchebag, would try and drag a good guy like Chuck Wagon.
I appreciate that. I am. But even I'm right on this one. And if you poll anybody in this chat who thinks that Adrian Martinez will be on the Jets in 2026, if anybody says yes, that guy should be, thank you, Mouse Killer. I am an idiot. I appreciate it. And
apologize to Chuck Wagon.
Being crazy. Neil just likes to rip on stupid people. But he's
apologize to Chuck Wagon.
What about Chuck Wagon?
Apologize to Chuck Wagon. He's a good man.
That guy is a snore fest.
He's a good family man.
He is awful.
And he's a hell of a cook.
He's a great
Say
cook.
something nice about Chuck Wagon.
I can't.
Come on. Say something nice.
By the way, how old is Chuck Wagon?
let me ask him. Chuck Wagon, how old are you?
41.
Okay.
Now say what you want to say to
10
Alan,
years
Chuck
younger than
Wagon.
me?
Say
Wow.
you're a douche, Alan.
No.
I'm giving him an opportunity. He's not even saying it. That's even worse.
He's a
No.
gentleman.
Listen, I'd rather be boring than be an asshole like you.
Chuck, you're boring, Chuck. Chuck, it's,
And,
time to have
it's
a person-
okay.
Chuck,
I
Rob
don't have the
Jet
person.
had no personality. I want you to have a personality, Chuck.
Listen,
it's like watching paint dry. I'm sorry.
I
Chuck,
understand
but
that, and you're not the only one. I've
there are
read the
many other
comments.
people in this chat that are afraid to say it. I'm not. I'm a douchebag. I agree with that. Okay, but it's time to bring your A game. No more C- games. A game.
Listen.
Please.
I'm just trying to be myself each time that I come on.
Chuck, who cares about the over/under about Sunday's game? You might be the only one in America who gives two shit about that. No one cares about the game.
Only
no
those who
one,
are
no one
betting.
is betting that game. And if they bet them, they bet the Jaguars. No one cares about the over/under on the Jaguars Jets. Okay? They should put that game on at 3 a.m. Maybe one person will watch it. Okay? At least look at that. You see, that's a smile. Look at you, Chuck. Chuck, you don't have to change for me. I just want a personality. Rob the Jet fan never had a personality. I'm rooting for you, Chuck. I am.
No,
You're
that's
a
fine.
father. You seem like a good person. I just want you to be a little bit more pep to your step. Okay, please.
Listen, I've never been on any talk shows before. When I first called into Jake's show, I was so nervous. I
Don't be
had trouble
nervous.
no, that's what I'm saying. Each time I call, I'm trying to be a little bit more open and try to be a little bit more comfortable because I am trying to get better with public speaking and speaking in front of
And you're a
numerous
damn
people.
good
Even though
caller, Chuck Wagon. Don't listen to Alan.
Chuck.
He's
all
just trying to
all you
start
have to
things.
do is just be a little bit of a dick, a little bit.
No,
You
let
don't
him
have to
be
nice all
himself.
the time.
Don't tell him to be a dick.
Shut
let
up,
him be
Jake.
himself.
I'm not talking to you. Chuck, just be a little bit of an asshole. That's all you have to do.
Now look what you've done, Alan. No more protection from the Asmaniacs. Had to pull you out of the chat and cast you down with the sodomites. Some time in here will feel like you've been run over by the lane train. You understand me? You catch my drift? Give him another 24 hours to think about it.
That's a
Ignore
great
him,
movie.
Chuck. He's
Oh,
a
yeah.
douche. He's a douche.
I like that cutaway. That's one of my top 5 movies. So every time you play that, it just puts a smile on my face.
Chuck, you're a great caller. Be you, man. We don't care, who anyone is that calls into the show. We just want them to be themselves. So you don't listen to Alan. He's full of crap.
And I'm pretty sure even when I start calling, you've gotten new callers too. Maybe because they see it's not the same 5, 6, 7 people every single time. New people calling, they may be nervous and they're going to struggle in the beginning, but you know what? It takes time, and that's why I kept calling. I want to be better and more confident each time I call you.
And guess what, Chuck? You got an intro already because you were a good caller. You stood out.
Well, I appreciate that. And Gator, again, thank you. That was a very nice intro that you did.
Great comment from
But
Danger. Chuck, it could always be worse. You could be a woman in Gary's eyes.
Oh, that's going to make me throw up.
Chuck, you're the man. Keep doing you, all right?
Thanks.
The Chuck Wagon. One of the greats. I love Chuck Wagon. How dare you, Alan? You douche. I mean, Chuck Wagon's awesome. He's a great father. I like this prick bag. You're the worst. You really are.
It's funny that Gary is defending Chuck. Gary.
Yeah, because Gary sees that Chuck Wagon's a good family man.
Was wearing a T-shirt that basically was handed to him by Net Organization. No one else would want to wear it.
He's stepping out of his comfort zone. He's trying to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Shout out to Chuck. Self-improvement. Love it.
Gary's my friend, but Gary's an idiot on this one. I'm trying to help the kid out.
He's an idiot on this one? Come on.
I
You
like
really
Gary,
think he's
but
an idiot?
Completely wrong in this take. I'm trying.
Ladies and gentlemen, sports fans of all ages, welcome to the event of the year, the moment you've all been waiting for. This is the Asmaniac Rumble.
He's trying to improve himself. He's trying to step out of his comfort zone and do something. Why would you not?
Gary, he has no personality.
Like, do I think he's the most electrifying caller? Not really, but like he's trying to.
You have a personality. That's what makes you you.
Why would you call me misogynist when you've seen me with my wife?
I have to just follow the chat on this one because you went after me.
I didn't go. I'm just saying.
He has no personality, Gary. Gary, he has none.
I don't think personality, Gary. I don't think he has an electric personality. No, does he have any personality? Yeah, he's a person.
Question: Paint Dry has more personality than he
does. Alan, I'm not gonna be. Chuck's never done anything to me. He's never been anything but a nice guy to me. I'm not gonna bash the guy for no reason.
Gary, it's our job to help people like Chuck. Okay, I'm trying to help him.
And he's stepping out of his comfort zone. It's. I'm not calling him out. Like it's like if there's a fat guy in the gym who's trying to get in shape. Are you gonna make fun of him for being fat? Or are you gonna like push him? You're doing good.
I'm not making fun of him being fat. I'm trying to build his personality.
I'm saying when there's a fat guy who's trying to improve himself at the gym, you don't make fun of him, right? You encourage him.
Of course you do.
When you have a shy guy. When you have a shy guy calling in, stepping out of his comfort zone. Encourage him. He's doing good. Keep going.
I'm encouraging him. I'm trying to build his personality. That's the bottom line. That's my job.
Not everyone likes being a villain like me and you, Alan. Not everyone. It's like me, you, and Kyrie Irving. Not everyone else likes that.
It's fine. I'm trying to help the kid. My job is to help the kid. I want to help him.
All right. If you're sincerely trying to help him,
of course I'm sincere. Not many people I like. Chuck, he just is. He's very dry, very boring. You gotta be an asshole. I wasn't loved as a child.
That's not him though. That's not like that's me. I have a chip on my shoulder. I like to be combative. I like to get into fights with people. That's me.
Gary, I'm trying to help the kid. That's all I'm doing.
So you're saying your intentions are good? Your intentions are pure?
I have no intentions, but with him I am. With other callers, I couldn't give two shits. But I like the kid. The kid just needs to grow a personality. That's it. I love being a douchebag. You're right, Leon. It is.
You know what my favorite thing about they played the Todd Bowles before. You know what my favorite thing about Bowles is? He has no reaction. Like you wouldn't know if he won the Super Bowl or won 0-17 his reaction.
Like somebody who calls in, Gary. Gary,
but that's not him. He's not irritable. He's not excitable like me.
Gary, why? Great caller.
Why am I a great caller?
Yes.
You
shouldn't take fucking 10 seconds to answer, Gary. Why are you a great caller?
I didn't say I was.
Gary,
why am I a great caller?
That's why you're a great caller. That's it.
Because I'm what? Because I'm a dick?
You're a dick.
Okay. Maybe. Is that why?
I want him to become a dick. I don't want him to be boring. That's it.
That's not him though. Right? Like
I'm trying to help the kid out.
It's like saying I want to make Michael Vick a pocket passer.
Gary,
that's not really what he is.
I'm going to help the kid. I don't need you to butt in on this one. Okay? I can't wait for you to buy me lunch in a couple of weeks.
I do owe you lunch. You want to do it after Christmas?
I'm trying to help the kid.
Tell me when you want to go to lunch. When do you want to do lunch?
I'm not evil. I'm right, Brigga. Shut up.
No, when do you want to do lunch? I do owe you lunch. I want to buy lunch.
A&M wins the national championship, okay?
You want to do it after Christmas? It'd be easier for me after Christmas. It's you won the bet, so you pick.
I want him to become a personality. That's it. Come on, you listen to that phone call, Gary. That was the boringest shit I've ever heard in my life.
I'm not gonna bash him. Like I have no reason to bash
him. Just be honest. Was he boring?
Hang on. If you see a girl who's 400 pounds in gross at the supermarket, do you go up to her and be like, "You're 400 pounds in gross," or do you just keep your opinion to yourself?
I wouldn't, but I wouldn't want. If she picked up a fucking bag of ho-hos, I would tell her to put it down.
Go to the gym, maybe. Yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen, sports fans of all ages, welcome to the event of the year, the moment you've all been waiting for. This is the Asmaniac Rumble.
Alan, why do you go after a man that doesn't have, you don't know anything to gain? Be quiet, Alan. Be quiet. Let me talk. You got a big mouth. You got a big mouth.
That's it.
Why do you go after a poor guy like that?
Was boring. I had to admit it. There are many people.
Hey,
in the
you're not
chat who are
boring at
too afraid
times.
to
You're
say
boring
something.
at times.
I'm
You went
very
after a
boring
guy
at
that's
times. I
an
hate
easy
it.
target. You went after a guy that's an easy target.
I didn't go after an easy target. I like the guy.
You did. You got after a guy that's an
He
easy
was
target. He's
boring, Britta.
docile.
He
He
was
just,
boring. I'm sorry.
oh, well, that upsets your lifestyle. He's boring.
I want to help the guy. That's my job.
What are you helping him? That's
I
his
want
life.
him to
That's the
build
way
a
he is.
personality. He seems
That's
like
the
a
way
nice
he is.
guy.
You can't change people to have a different personality. What?
Britta, I can't change you. I can change him. I can't change
You could change
Robin.
yourself, maybe. You could change yourself.
Myself. I'm fine with the way I am. But he needs to build a
Well, no, a lot of
personality.
other people aren't. Believe me.
That's all I want to do. Britta.
You're not helping him. He is who he is.
I am.
He is who he is. Just leave him.
Let me ask you
Leave
this,
be.
If a 400-pound person had a bag of chocolate cookies in his hands, what would you do?
I can't take the cookie out of his hand.
Why not?
Without him having the will to do it.
Why not? You have to tell him. That is your job, Briga.
I can tell him, but I have to tell him in the proper manner.
My
I can
job
tell.
is build a personality.
You're not doing your right job doing
has
that.
no personality. That's it, Briga.
You're not going to create a personality in a chuck wagon.
My job is to help him build a personality.
You're not going to do it.
I have to.
Not the way you do it. Not
Fine.
not that way.
I know you don't like me now. My job is to help the kid. That's it.
You're not helping.
Briga,
You're not helping.
Have a great weekend. I think I've helped the kid plenty. Okay?
You're not helping. You're far
I am
from
doing
helping
a
him.
great job.
You're not helping him, Alan.
difference
Have a
is
good
me-
weekend. Go to Temple.
Gary, thank you for the vacuum cleaner. Gary, I love it. Do you think we could go out for Valentine's Day after I'm done vacuuming? Babe, I'm on the Hobby Midnight show. Come on. There's stuff in the fridge. You could just make me something. Make me make me some meat and then we're good. Okay. Who should I vote for tomorrow in the election? Come on, babe. The list is on the table. Just hurry up. I can't hear Bobby.
What a show this has been, huh? An all-timer. An all-timer. We have a raffle at the end, by the way, for a Jets jersey. We still got plenty of people on hold here, some legends to get to. Tyrone just sent this in. He's in the raffle for 2. We're giving away a Jets jersey at the end. Make sure you enter. How about both the Colts 26 and 27 picks in 2 seconds for the number 1 pick, and we keep our number 4 and number 7 pick. I'm crazy, right? But it'd be nice to have 2 high picks. I don't think you could pull off any trade, Tyrone, without giving the team that you're getting the number 1 pick an opportunity for them to still get a blue chip player in the top, wherever the Jets are, top 7. Hopefully it's closer to 3 or 4 than it is 7. Right. I just think it's too difficult. I see your point. Obviously, you'd love to have the premium pick and you trade away the Colts picks. And then you could still obviously get the quarterback and then like the best receiver, great pass rusher with the Jets current pick. I just don't think if you just look at the trade value, like that Jet pick is the key to the trade. And the higher it is, the easier it is to do a trade and the less you would have to give up from the excess of additional picks you do have. So I see what you're trying to do. I just don't find that to be realistic. How about that? A real football super chat. Didn't think we'd see that. Ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls on the show today, as if this show couldn't get any crazier.
You'll never get my chicken soup recipe. I'm not saying that Lowski takes steroids. I need some of it. Hey, child! Who is that lovely lady? Sing it this way, child!
Hey, Jake, I'm wearing the shirt you just gave me today.
Hey, Merry Christmas, Charles Gorman.
Merry Christmas to you, too. Merry early Christmas to you, too, Jake.
How does it fit, Charles? Does it feel good on you?
It feels good. Yeah, it feels great. I'm sure you. I just came back from doing a little shopping for myself. I completely forgot what I was going to talk about.
You look good,
Brady.
Charles. You look like you got a nice little clean shave going.
I did that this morning. Anyways, yeah, I know a lot of people are thinking about trading. There's some of their trading some of the Jets draft picks to move up in the draft. Honestly, I wouldn't do it unless you know what the hell you're doing.
Knob wants to know if you bought more condoms.
I didn't buy any more condoms. No, I bought some gum, GUM. I'm right now having a flavor of watermelon twist Trident flavored gum.
Very nice. That sounds like a good flavor.
It is.
Now that
Brady
shirt I
Cook-
sent you, Charles, it's a reminder of your fandom for the Jets. All right, never leave us
Yes,
again.
I know, and I've been wanting to say something about that for a while, but I'm keeping my thoughts together before I make the video. So, anyways, yeah, Brady Cook I know is going to be starting against the Jaguars and against the Saints. And I also wanted to talk to you about the Josh Myers extension. I don't dislike Josh Myers necessarily, but I think the Jets could have probably found a center in free agent, maybe like a Tyler Linderbaum. I think he's a very good center in my opinion. Plus, I think Frank Ragnow is still in retirement, right, from the Lions.
Yeah, he might stay in retirement because he tried to come out and was hurt. I mean, but here's the thing, Charles. You want Linderbaum, right? Re-signing Myers to $5.5 million a season doesn't stop you from still going after Linderbaum if he actually were to be a free agent, which I have doubts on.
I mean, true, but I mean, now that you put it together. I think, Josh Moore, I thought he's been okay this year. I know John Simpson, I don't think has been as good as he was last year. I still like, Fashanu, Tipman, and Membu. But I think, we can improve on our center. Hopefully the Jets are lucky and they do land Tyler Linderbaum. I know a lot of Jet fans wanted to draft him back in 2022 where he was drafted by the Ravens?
Yes.
Yeah. But we shall see. And as for Brady Cook, man, hopefully he got a lot of practice. Hope he did well. Well, I know doing well in practice, doing well in the game are two separate things. But hopefully he's learned a lot from his game against the Dolphins and during practice because, if he wants to prove that he can be a legitimate NFL quarterback, whether it's a starter or a backup, it's going to depend upon how he shows up on both weeks against the Jaguars and against the Saints. That's all I got to say, Jake. Once again, thank you for the shirt. I appreciate it, my friend. Hopefully you enjoy those two Christopher Nolan Batman t-shirts that I gave you.
Oh, I definitely will. Now, Charles, before you run, were you watching the Allen and the Gary Rumble?
I was, and I was not, and I heard about something Gary having a meltdown, and I never saw that. When did this happen? The first show or earlier this show?
The meltdown happened during this show. A lot happened. Or some people were saying it wasn't a meltdown. The poll closed, and more people said meltdown than not. But it was a very interesting back and forth between Gary and the chat.
Yeah. I don't know the full story, but I hope Gary's okay. Hope everyone's okay.
What about Allen?
I hope Allen's okay too. As for Chuck Wagon, I hope he's doing okay too. Look, sometimes change is necessary, sometimes change is not. Change is a unpredictable variable. Sometimes it can be good, sometimes it can be bad.
Now, I think Chuck Wagon's an outstanding caller. Allen was saying he was boring and was going after him. And Gary actually did the right thing and came to Chuck Wagon's defense. What was your read on the whole thing?
Everyone has their own interpretation of boring. Sometimes it's not. Everyone has their own interpretation of boring. Everyone has their own interpretation of bland, unfortunately. But I think he's a fine caller, Chuck Wagon. I know he's a good family man and so forth. I know he doesn't like fast food. I know he prefers the home cooking, which I don't blame him. But it is what it is, man. I mean, if Allen doesn't like him as a caller, I know he likes him as a person, but he's not a fan of him as a caller. I can't. Jake, is a tiger change its stripes?
Now, let me ask you this, Charles. You mentioned that Chuck Wagon's a good family man. Do we know that?
Seems like it to me when I talked a little bit about Sammy when I talked to him before.
I think you're on to something. I just wanted to know if you had any additional confirmation that he is, in fact, a good family man or not.
I'm sure he is, Jake. I'm sure he is.
Now, is the fact that his name is also Chuck, do you
Charles,
feel like some sort of, kinship with him?
Well, he's not the only other Charles I met. I met a few other Charleses in my days. Matter of fact, about a couple of months ago, I think during the later parts of the summer, I ran into an old friend of mine from grammar school and middle school. His name is Charles also. And he lives in my area, so he's a
Tell
good
me
guy.
about all the Charles you've met in your life. I think that will be captivating.
My cousin Charles, who's married and has a daughter named Teresa. I met a guy named Charles Collins when I was in Matthew Jagiel's school in Seawarren. He's a nice guy. And I met a Charles when I was in this program in Valley Forge, Pennsylvania.
I'm thinking about changing my name to Charles so you could add another one to your list.
You're fine. Your name Jake is fine, Jake. You don't need to change your name.
What about King Charles?
I've never met him, no.
I think he's dead.
I'm sure.
Or several of them might be dead. I don't know what Charles we're up to right now.
My mother's father's name was Charles, and he passed away when my mother was in her teens.
You ever meet Charlie Brown?
You mean Charles Schultz? No.
What about Charles Manson?
Why would I want to meet a crazy son of a bitch like him?
I'm just asking if you met him, not that if you want to meet him.
I never met him, and I'm glad I didn't.
PBM says, I love Charles. He's a good family man. Put him in the raffle. How about that? PBM just bought you a raffle ticket.
Yeah, because I gifted him a $25 gift card to Applebee's. He texted me, he said, Charles, that's too much money. I said, you could take the wife out to dinner, you know, you and the wife.
Wait a second. Call you. You gifted PBM a $25 gift card to Applebee's? That's excellent.
Yeah, and the reason I went to my local RX pharmacy for like cards, and they didn't have a thank you card. I wanted to thank him, not only as like a little Christmas gift for helping me during my, you know, when I got catfished a while ago. I wanted to thank him. And consider the $25 gift card for you and your wife, Purple Belt Mike, a thank you for me. Seriously, Mike, I know you said it was too much money, but consider that a thank you. I'm dead ass about that.
I don't know if it's enough money. I mean, 2 for $25 maybe they could do. I'm looking at the menu now. 1 appetizer, 2 entrees. Maybe that's the move with the 25?
Yeah, that's the move with the 25.
All right, why don't we do this then? Why don't we make it easy then for PBM? I'm going to pull up the Applebee's menu here. You and I will come up with what we think the PBM and PBW combo going out to dinner should get at Applebee's, all right?
Well, personally, I like the spinach and artichoke dip.
All right, let's take a look. We're going to do the 2 for $25. Where'd it go? Okay, let's see. 2 for $2. This might be what we need here. 2 for $2. I'm hoping it's 2 for $25 available where they are. Got to find an online location. Give me your ideal then selection here. Let's assume you get the standard app and the standard entree option for the 2 for $25. All right. 2 tasty entrees. They have the new chicken Parmesan fettuccine, the new grilled cheese cheeseburger. Those are new to the items there. All right. And the selection does vary by location, it says.
Yes. I hope they have the spinach and artichoke dip because I love the spinach and artichoke dip there.
Well, you know what? It's probably tough to figure out what Mike and his wife like, right? Like maybe we should get him on the show and ask.
That depends on the wife if she wants to go on the show. Like you can't force the wife to be on the show, you know.
Well, I can't force the wife to be on the show, but I do have some good news. The husband will come on the show.
Purple about Mike, he loves the Dark Knight. He's got a green pool and he jumps right in. Maybe someday he'll get a brown belt, but for now he's just that purple belt Mike. Purple belt Mike, it might be purple, but he can still kick your dirty ass.
Not denying that.
I'm
kicking my
Charles.
dirty ass. I'm
Man.
not denying that shit.
Charles texted me and he was like, hey, what's your address? I want to send you something for Christmas. And I said, Charles, don't send me anything. I want you to save your money. If you want to send me a Christmas card, that's more than enough. And the guy sends me $25, man. Like, dude, that's way too much money. You got to save your money, man.
Let's go, baby. You're going to Club B's.
I know.
Nice dinner. Yeah.
But
I wanted to thank you, Purple Belt, my dead ass. I really wanted to thank you.
You thank me with your words, but I do appreciate it. Thank you, but it's not necessary. And you don't have to.
You're a
ever
good
do this again.
friend. You're a good friend. You are definitely one of the people I would call a good friend. Hopefully, one day
I don't
we get
help
to
you
hang.
because you pay me. I help you because I'm your friend.
No, I know that, buddy. That's what I meant to say. But I hopefully one of these days we get to hang out in person again. Maybe another like Jay Gasman event. If Jay Gasman is willing to do one. So you, Brian Glick, I'm a good human. I try my best to be a good human being. You know, I thank my parents for straightening me out. And my grandparents for straightening my ass out. So Liz, so Jake, you got the Applebee's menu, right? So
keep
what do you
in
like at
mind, TBW is a vegetarian.
Okay, so we got to come
so
up with
you don't eat meat. Are you sure are you sure she's not a vegan?
No, she's not a vegan. She's a vegetarian.
What about some spin dip? Tell him Charles sent you.
Yeah.
Spin dip.
She likes it. Spinach dip.
Okay.
All right, Appetizer, spin dip. All right, what entrees are we thinking then? You
Bring
each
up,
can
bring
get
up
an
the
entree.
menu. Bring up the menu.
All right, hold on. Let me pull up the menu again here. The problem is it varies by location, so I'm trying to see if I can just get like a generic Applebee's menu. Let's do. Where's the nearest Applebee's on Long Island? Farmingdale. I used to go with my dad to watch
Yeah, that's a good
games
one.
growing
Yeah,
up.
there you
We'll use that one. I know that's not
Yeah.
that far from where Mike is.
go. Yeah, it's not that far.
All right, let's see here. Let's take a little menu. All right, so let's go through this together, folks. This is a big moment. Here we go. All right, this is from the Farmingdale's menu here. Let's take a look. Again, it's giving the same thing here. Let's see if it will actually list the 2 for. It won't. Hold on. It's going to actually make me put in Farmingdale now. This is not what it was showing before. Let's. Come on. What are we doing here? It's. I don't need the map. I need car side to go. Give me a menu. Edit.
Who knows? It would make it that hard to get a menu.
Why is it so hard to view a menu? Start order. God, you see again, it's you can't get a specific thing what the 2 for 25 is. There we go. All right, here are the choices here. Spin dip is one of them.
All right.
We're gonna add that one. Oh, it's what is it? It's 2 for 25. So you get 2 appetizers and an entree. Is that how this works?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, she's a vegetarian here. How about waffle fries?
Hell yeah.
There
That's
you go.
good shit right there.
All right. We'll do the waffle fries. Beautiful. And then I don't get it. Is it's just 3 apps? Applebee's got to work on their product here. 2 for 25.
2 for 25.
But it was just giving us a bunch of
apps.
yeah.
That makes no sense.
Man, Applebee's.
What the fuck?
Please sponsor my talk show
Oh,
here,
man.
and we'll figure out how to do your online menu. Because as you guys could see,
that's brutal.
it said 2 for 25. It was just listing all the apps and not giving you any of the entree options. So you might have to do this in person, PBM. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to get you an accurate menu, but I'm glad Gorman's thinking about you and your wife during the holiday season here.
Charles, what happened to your hair?
Oh shit, my bad.
What happened?
He had
My
like
hair
an
is all
alfalfa
frizzled
going
up.
on or something.
I went out, yeah.
Put it back.
Like, damn, I gotta get a haircut one of these damn days.
You look good, brother.
Thank you, man. You look good yourself. You're a handsome devil.
You both are tremendous. Thank you for calling in, each of you.
You're welcome, Jake. Have a good day.
Ladies and gentlemen, Charles Gorman and PBM, the combo you didn't know you needed, but that's why we love the show and this great country.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Home stretch. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to is on the line. Hello, welcome.
What up, Jake? Can you hear me?
I hear you, and you got a great mic set up there, too.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I just wanted to call in. I've been listening to the show recently. I just found it like halfway through the season, but I've been a Jets fan forever. I have
your first call, right?
Yeah, it's my first call.
Wow, and you're welcome to something. I'm connecting the dots here, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Well, welcome to the show. I'm glad you called in, and that's awesome. And you got a great mic set up, so we need more of your calls.
Yeah, sweet. Well, first, I want to say one of the reasons I ended up calling in, because usually for the afternoon show, I catch it when I'm getting off of work. So this is the first opportunity I had to call in. But someone like Chuck Wagon, I'm going to give him props because he inspires people like us to call in. So Alan can take his negativity to the Giants or something.
Yeah, let's go. I love it. Welcome. I'm giving you 2 raffle tickets as well for being a first-time caller. Well done.
Sweet. So I just got a couple questions I wanted to ask you, Jake. One, if we go quarterback with our first pick, we trade up or whatever, what would you think if instead of trading the Colts pick this year, we traded either our pick or the Colts pick next year in the 27 draft where would you want us to use the Colts pick this year? Receiver or defense?
Ooh, good question. I think it's a lot of it is probably best player available at like those premium positions you mentioned. It honestly, it could very well depend on what the roster looks like at the time of the draft. Because remember, the draft is after free agency, so the Jets have a lot of cap room to spend money. Maybe they re-signed JFM, or maybe they made a big receiver addition. Maybe it was in the trade market too to get a veteran receiver to pair next to Garrett. So there's a lot of unknown. I would probably stick to my board at that point, right? Take the best player available at a premium position. So that could be an edge rusher. It could be the best linebacker. If it's Sonny Styles and you're sitting there at pick 16, you could take him. Like, that'd be a lot of fun.
That's who I was kind of thinking, Sonny Styles. And then receiver, I mean, I don't see Tate being on the board still by the time the Colts pick comes up this year's draft, but maybe Lemon. I don't know.
Yeah, he might not be there. I've seen him get mocked like all over the place. So I don't know where he's going to go just yet.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And then the other thing I wanted to bring up, because I plan on going to the Bears Jets game next year because that's the closest to me. I live like Southeast Wisconsin.
How did you become a Jet fan, by the way? We got to get your origin story. Are you from the Midwest or?
I'm from Wisconsin, born and raised, but I've never been a Packers fan.
Oh my! How did you not become a Packers fan living in Wisconsin? They're good every year of your life.
I'm Southeast Wisconsin, so my family's mixed between Bears and Packers. Growing up, my favorite player of all time was LaDainian Tomlinson. I had his jersey. Like, I played with him in Madden all the time. And when I first actually started getting into watching football is right when he went to the Jets.
Wow. Okay.
And then right after he left the Jets, I've stuck with him through everything. So I haven't been through some of the lows, but now it's been a lot of lows since after that.
No, I mean, you're loyal because, I mean, if you just became a fan when he was a Jet, you got the one playoff run. They haven't been back since he was on the team. So that's crazy.
Yeah. But I was wondering, because I do plan on making a trip next season for my birthday to at some point to go actually see a game at MetLife. What are some recommendations from like you and other locals? Like, where should I go? Where should I stay? Is there any like for people coming into New Jersey to see a game?
Yeah. Well, have you been to New York City before?
Never.
So I guess it depends on like what you want to do, how long you're here, what you want to spend. Like, some people actually stay in like Manhattan or stay in the surrounding boroughs because they're going to check out New York while they're here in town for a game. If you're just looking to go to the game, there's a bunch of hotels like not far from the stadium. You know, plenty of people I know stay, you know, right next to even the stadium. There's some like cheaper hotels over there. You also could stay in like Hoboken if you want to like be close to the city, but on the New Jersey side. And we'll make sure that Nick Shine picks you up from the airport like he did for Big Cho. All right.
Oh, that'd be awesome, man.
That's awesome, dude. That's crazy that you're a Jet fan. So look at the Jets. They're supposed to be in Chicago next year. We're hoping that will be like the Asmaniac road trip game. So if it is, if the timing works, we gotta get you to the big meetup we do in Chicago next year.
Dude, that'd be awesome, man. Get to see meet Beast in person in real life.
That's right. I'm gonna do the show from the Global Studio headquarters.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I was at the draft last year in Green Bay. So that was pretty cool. I got to see Membu get drafted, met Jonathan Taylor. It was pretty fun.
So what was it like rooting for the Jets during the whole Aaron Rodgers era as a guy from Wisconsin? Like, what
man, people give me so much shit here, man. It was so much like, oh, you guys got our trash with Favre. Now you guys got our trash with Rodgers. Like, you know, you hear it all the time. I mean, I'm sure you guys get it bad where you live, but being a Jets fan on an island, it gets to be a little rough because you get, after a while, people are just like, oh yeah, why are you even still a fan of them? But it never like crossed my mind to not be a fan of the Jets.
I love it, man. Well, do me a favor too. Well, since you're a first-time caller, send me an email after this, asmanjake@gmail.com, your address and t-shirt size. I want to send you some merch for being an awesome fan.
Sweet, man. I appreciate it. Thanks, man.
You got a great first call from Welcome to Something there. Great job. Love that. That's loyalty. Became a Jet fan because of Jets LaDainian Tomlinson and then never left. He got one good year, really. The 2010 playoff year. I guess 2015 till it crashed in week 17. Izzy with a super chat. Wanted to help out and earn a chance in the raffle. Let Brady cook. Charles is authentic. Let Brady cook. Izzy, you are in the raffle for one. Thank you. All right, more calls here before we wrap. Ladies and gentlemen, some legends on the line, including this guy.
He's home, his bell is on the bed. That's what feels good. bellies on the bed in a dirty hotel room. He calls the show his bellies on the bed. It's just more comfortable. He got a beard, loves the jets, SuperChats. Well, the big fella sleeps alone. There's no room on his bed. Well, that's a big fella.
Hey, man, fantastic show today.
It's really had a little bit of everything.
You really had so much today. I mean, it's been a roller coaster, bro. It really has. It's been, you had the analysis in the beginning, then you had controversy, then you had an argument, and then you had it's been a hell of a show, man.
Gary went from like the villain to the hero within like 10 minutes, which like never happens.
Yeah. I got to stick up with Chuck Wagon, man. I like Alan as a person, and everything I do, but his delivery, if he's trying to help him, it's awful. It's really bad. You know, he would be the worst person if you were on a ledge. He'd be like, "Jump, motherfucker!" You know, it's like, come on, dude. You know,
I dare you. You won't do it. That's what
exactly. You won't do it. No, I mean, and I like Alan, I do, but he's
I don't, but
his tact, he needs to work on his tact with that. Chuck Wagon, we need more callers like Chuck Wagon and that guy. Welcome to, great first call, man. Welcome to the gang. You know, sign up for the Patreon, bro. You know, but it's been a great show. It really has been. And one thing I had to ask you, is there any news on Big Cho, like how he's feeling or anything?
I haven't heard from Big Cho. The last email I got from him was that he was still just recovering and he was doing pretty good from what I understood.
Oh.
I haven't gotten any updates from him since.
I got you. All right. Just checking up on that, you know, but that's all I really had to say. I mean, Chuck Wagon, I got your back. You know, you provide entertainment for everybody. I know you're a good family man because you cook for your family and you let us watch what you're doing, and it is entertaining. You know, not everybody has delivery of whatever, of like some shock and awe delivery, but you know, you're a good caller, and I hope you keep calling in. And welcome to, I hope you do too, man.
Big fella, this is why you're one of the OGs. You're the man.
Thanks, man. You're the man.
Just played it, didn't vet it, didn't know what Gator was sending me. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get to more exciting calls, we wanted to know, is this guy going to call in from his Christmas party he's at?
Read the sign, Jay. What's the sign say?
No weenies allowed.
We're at Hot Topic right now before this Christmas party because we're going to see if we can find some goodies here. Oh, yeah. And so far, cute but wrong. Got no character. Let's see what we got here. Aliens from another planet. Not too interested. I'm not interested in aliens. Ugh. No aliens here. Oh, those are right. No, that's Tim Burton stuff. I don't like Tim Burton. He's got great movies, but unfortunately not that one. I'm not into aliens.
Are you in a mall? No. Is that where this Hot Topic is, Beast?
Yeah. We're at North Riverside right now. We're about to head over to right. We're gonna be leaving in about 10 minutes right now because people are already filing in right now. So we're gonna see what we can find here. If we don't find something, oh well, you know.
Hey, what time does the party start? Are you gonna be fashionably
late? We're starting at 6.
Okay, so
it's gonna be like till a few hours, but don't worry about it. But you enjoy this weather, and hey, there's no place like home for the holidays.
Thank you very much, Beast. Enjoy the party. Nick Shine has checked in. Nick, is it true you're picking up Welcome to Something from the airport next year so we can go to his first Jets game like Big Cho?
Yeah. Is he coming in with Rick Kent?
Sure, we could arrange it.
All right, if he comes in with Rick Ken, it's a guarantee.
Okay.
So I was, sometimes I'm at work and I fall behind with the show, and then I'm about 20 minutes behind, and I watch Charles's call, and I couldn't get through 2 minutes of it, Jake. Hearing Charles try to talk about the Jets is like getting a phone call from your ex giving you advice on what to do with your new girlfriend. You don't want to hear from that person anymore. You don't want their take. He wants to call in, talk about getting a job. Sure. Wants to give be crazy Chuck and flop around on the floor like a fish, like SpongeBob. Great. Don't keep my team out your damn mouth. You're not one of us anymore. I don't care what you're wearing. I don't care what Jake sent you. Stop. Can't do it. Hang up
Well,
on him.
Nick Shine, if you watch the full call, he did say he's going to be releasing a video discussing his fandom. So it sounds like we're trending towards the Colts fandom being completely reneged and him being all in on the New York Jets again.
Nonsense. They have been in a free fall since he declared his allegiance. We need him to stay put. He cannot come back. Nobody watched
I
that
need him
video.
to declare Patriots fandom next if it works that way.
Don't worry. Their opposition winning percentage is 371. They're not going to win a game in the playoff, Jake. That we'll be all right with them. Don't stress them. They're horrible.
From your lips to God's ears.
Amen, brother. Also, imagine being at Hot Topic and running into Beast doing a videography of what's going on in that store. For those of you who don't know, Hot Topic has some adult material in the back of those stores, handcuffs and lube and toys and things like that. Oh my. But imagine you're
Calm
there.
your freaky down.
Yes.
Calm your freaky down.
You're right. That did call for both versions. Thank you. I apologize to everyone at home. But yeah, with Chuck, just stop, dude. Don't try to call in with a Jet take anymore. You gave us your most important take ever when you said you're done and you're with the Colts. Stay there. No one's coming out to Indiana. I'm not coming to pick you up. I'm not going to the airport to get you. Be gone. You want to call in and do crazy stuff? Fantastic. Be who you be. But don't try to be a Jet fan anymore. I don't want that.
Wow. Strong take, Nick.
Thank you.
Strong.
And God bless America, and God bless everybody at the North Riverside Mall right now. Holy shit. That's going to be a spectacle.
What a show. Let's keep it rolling. Jetaholic is next. Hello, Jetaholic.
What's up, Charles Asman?
Hello, Mr. Holic.
I was thinking maybe you should do for April Fools next year. You should be do the Charles Asman show for one day.
Oh man, when Charles didn't even hesitate when I'm like, "What if I changed my name to Charles?"
No, I know. But also too, I could never leave the Jets, no matter how bad it gets. I'm with you. I mean, you're 30, right?
Where would I go? You know what I mean? I can't
No, I know.
I can't root for another team. It won't feel even if I picked a different team and that team won, it wouldn't feel the same as if the Jets ever figured it out.
There's something to be said about loyalty, but what I was getting at, I'm 30 myself, so the playoff drought has been half of my life. The last time the Jets were good was when I was in high school. It's rough, but you know what? I can't stand when people change teams for, to root for a team that's good. That's not right. You stick with your team and you be loyal. I do welcome you back, Charles, but I also understand what Nick Shine's saying right there, because there's a lot to be said about sticking with your team through good and bad, even though really all we've seen is bad for 15 years. But yeah. And then for a little bit of hope for next year, one thing we got to remember is we will have a last place schedule. So I know it's going to depend a lot on how our offseason goes with the quarterback and all that, but maybe we could have one of those, at least fun seasons. I'm not going to say playoffs because we're nowhere close to that, but maybe that could help us at least have a fun season and play some meaningful games late in the year. And then I'm kind of with you. I'm not rooting for losses, but I'm happy with if they lose, because I know it's better for long term. Now we don't have to trade a lot, but I can't sit there and root for us to lose. But if we lose, it's kind of a win-win because it's helping our draft position and we won't have to trade as much to get our quarterback.
Yeah,
if that's the route that we go.
I see what I do see what you're saying. I'm not going to be yeah, Brady Cook drop back and throw a pick, but it's I'm going to be sitting there watching the game being like, hang around for a little bit, but Jacksonville pull away late, and like I'm fine with it. Like I can't actively be sitting there like celebrating good plays by the Jags. Like I need to get through these final 4 weeks, and let's get to the offseason where meaningful change could actually happen if they do it right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Kind of like whatever happens, happens. And honestly, I hope they let Brady Cook sling it around. Like if he throws some picks, who cares? The season's over. You might as well see if he's at least a competent backup or even third string. And honestly, I'd rather see him or even Adrian Martinez play than Fields or Tyrod at this point. They're both not going to be on the team. And then as far as the whole Burrow thing, I think it's a little bit more realistic now than we all thought after those comments. And the Jets obviously have the most capital, but I'm with you. I don't know if he would accept going to the Jets. I mean, Broadway Joe, maybe we need another Broadway Joe. I feel like he could be the type of guy that would thrive in this market, but I don't know if, like you said, if he's like, get me out of Cincinnati, I need to leave and I'm going to go to the Jets. Like, I just don't see that. And one last point, Chuck, you're a good caller. Chuck Wagon, don't listen to Alan. He's not trying to help you. He's just
a douche.
not.
Yeah.
No. Please, no. Stop lying. But anyways, go Jets. Thanks for taking my call. Have a great weekend, guys.
Who wanna fly with them Jets?
Oh, yeah. All right, we got who's who of back-to-backs to wrap this baby up. We'll start with the positive before we potentially end with an arch nemesis.
I got my eye on you. Checkmate me full screen. It's fireball whiskey time. David motherfucking T.
Hey, Jake.
Hey, David.
Hey, I don't know if I see things that people don't see, but I'm a fan of Chuck Wagon, and I almost compare him to Coach Joe, like in the early days, starting out. I mean, there was something I seen in him that was pretty phenomenal, and maybe I shouldn't say this, but, the other two guys, sometimes they bring an A game, but, I'll be honest with you, Jake, a lot of times it's boring.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, you and Connor Long, his voice changing, he's going to end up with a voice like yours, which is terrific because what you guys do, you need a great and dynamic voice. Ariel, last week she was slacking, but maybe there was a method to her madness because she come up with the plantain potato chips. But anyway, my nephew and niece live up in Jacksonville, and she really stepped up to the plate this week. And the only other Jet thing is Adrian Martinez and Cook. We're going to need a backup quarterback for next year, and who knows? Maybe one of the two will develop into it.
David T, your positivity is exactly what we needed during these dark times.
Thank you, Jake. Yeah, I that's in my nature.
Ladies and gentlemen, David T.
I got my eye on you, Jay. I hope you like my Jets take. They call me David T. It's not easy for me to see, but if you bring me full stream, you might like what I have to say. I'll need to get real damn close, cause my vision is dog shit.
Last chance to enter the jersey raffle and get in the weekly raffle. There's only a couple shows left before the weekly raffle. Post-game show, 3 hours. Or maybe not 3 hours if this game is as bad as we think. But we will have a live post-game show immediately following the Jets and the Jaguars. Our 3 raffle prizes for those tuning in late. Signed Revis football, signed Corbett jersey, and a signed LaDainian Tomlinson photo, which, as we learned earlier, welcome to something, was inspired to become a Jet fan when LT became a Jet. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, are we ready for today's closer? Well, if you're not, too bad. Here we go.
Here comes JJ. He's here to talk about the Jets. He's putting Justin Fields in the Football Hall of Fame. Here comes JJ. You know he's Gary's biggest fan. Beast loves cornrows and the crappy Wi-Fi. Here comes JJ. He loves the sound of his his voice. Here comes JJ. Most of these calls in bad, so let's get it over with.
Bad call, JJ. Here I am in the flesh. Yo, so funny story. Well, it's not that funny, but my wife grew up a Saints fan, and she was excited because she thought we were going to play the Saints at home, and then she realized it was an away game, so she got like a little disappointed. So I'm surprising her. She doesn't know yet, but I'm going to take her to New Orleans for that game, and it's going to be the first ever Jets game that I go to where I'm probably going to actually not want the Jets to win. It's going to be a weird feeling, but at this point, there's no point to win. It does feel good to win though, especially when you're at a away team's home field or whatever you call it. When you're at an away game, to win on somebody else's field feels really good. But what can you do at this point?
What a husband you are! Wow.
Yeah. Well, the worst part is, right, the flight's round trip, direct flight to New Orleans right now. The round trip is like $600 on Delta. Like, it's crazy. So I had to spend a lot of money for us, but it is what it is. I'll have fun. I'll
They gotta
eat
be
some.
cheap, right? Jets Saints in late December.
Yeah, like the nosebleeds. The nosebleeds are like $18, but I'm probably gonna want to sit like a lot closer. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Going. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I've been to so many games in my life that I don't even care to like sit close anymore. Like I don't care. As long as I'm there, I have a good time. When I went to London for the Denver Broncos game this year, I sat really close, but not like really extremely close, but I sat close enough. But with that being said, I'm done though. After this game, I'm done supporting this team in terms of financially. I'm not going to be a season ticket holder next year. I spent way too much money on this team and they suck. And it's getting to the point of like I'm defeated. Because you know what? When you have to root against your team to win in order to hope for success in the future, it just lets you know like where your team is as an organization. Because even if we do get the first overall pick, it's like, do you really trust these guys to draft and develop a quarterback? We don't. But you as a fan, you're still gonna root for your team.
Choice. That's the problem, right? Like the coach is not going anywhere. Muji's here. He's done some good things. Like, you root for what gives your team the best chance to turn it around, but there's no guarantee they will. Because you're right. I mean, is Aaron Glenn a good coach? If he's not, I don't care who the quarterback is. We're never going to actually win if the answer is not yes to that question.
Yeah, that's the truth. But I will say though, like the Jets never really make me cry. The Mets literally make me cry. Like even thinking about it, the fact that like Pete Alonso is not going to be a Met anymore. It's like you go to the ballpark and there's guys that you look forward to seeing. Pete Alonso. I really liked Brandon Nimmo. He's gone. It's like homegrown players that you don't have anymore. Yep. And it just doesn't make any sense because it's not like these guys, sucked last year. Pete Alonso damn near led the league in RBIs. Like he was up there. So it's just very frustrating. The Mets like make me like literally like just they tear me apart. The Jets, I'm just like, these guys suck. But the Mets, like, it's like, what are we doing? And you would think that, you get a brand new owner. This is why it doesn't make sense for Woody Johnson to sell the team, because who says having a new owner is going to make anything even better? It might just make things worse. So I'm not a huge Woody Johnson supporter, but it's like, you never know. He might sell the team, and then the next guy might be like, what's happening with the Mets? And just, I don't know, tearing this franchise apart.
I don't know if Cohen's worse than the Wilpons, though. You got to look. I think letting Alonso walk is ridiculous, and he's a forever Met. You pay him, you keep him, and all that. But you got to at least see what the rest of their offseason looks like before you judge. And he spent $765 million on Juan Soto a year ago. You can't say he hasn't tried.
No, but Juan Soto, I mean, he was pretty bad for us in the beginning of the year. And then he started to pick it up towards the end of the year, but like he was always quiet in big moments.
You're better with Cohen as your owner than you are with the Wilpons. Steve Cohen's like he's spent money, he's invested in the team. He's a good owner.
Even if you look like, and not to go on a Mets rant here, but even if you look at like the guys that we lost, like Edwin Diaz, like there's no reason for us to lose Edwin Diaz, Pete Alonso, and Brandon Nimmo in the same offseason.
So
That's
I agree with you, but he also he hired David Stearns as his GM. He's going to let him do his job. Stearns better be right, otherwise the Mets are going to suck. And I certainly question not bringing Alonso back. Diaz, if Diaz left, and the Diaz thing, what bothers me, it's like they should have been able to just offer a fourth year to keep him and not let him go to the Dodgers, because like I don't understand why you're going to let money or years stop you. Like you have more money than any team in the league.
That's exactly right. So at this point, as a fan of sports, I'm defeated. But I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm actually Haitian. My grandma is from Haiti, and she came here like in the 40s. So I'm of Haitian descent. With that being said, Haiti made it to the World Cup, and we're playing Scotland, Game 1 at Gillette Stadium in Boston. And the tickets for that are once again like crazy amount of money, but my whole family wants to go. So that's the only thing I have to look forward to as a fan of sports right now is hopefully Haiti pulls up a upset and beats. We got to play Scotland, then Brazil, then Morocco. So we'll see how that goes. But that's the only thing I'm looking forward to, and that's not until June. So that tells you where I'm at as a sports fan in New York today. But I'll probably feel better tomorrow. I'm bipolar on the show, so.
Yeah, I mean, eventually you'll come around on Fernando Mendoza, and then you'll be back on Dante Moore, and then you'll want some other quarterback by the time we get to the draft.
No, I think I'm sold on Dante Moore as it stands. I have my reasons. You guys may disagree with my reasons, but I do have my reasons. I think I'm sold on Dante Moore. I think you even, if you really looked at it, you would probably want Dante Moore slightly over Mendoza too. So I'm good with Mendoza or Moore, but I'm leaning towards Moore. And
You're
at the
good
end of
with
the day,
Mendoza now.
no, I told you this like 3 weeks ago. I said, hey, listen, Ty Simpson ain't it. So it's either Mendoza or Moore. And those are the two options that we have. And as of late, I'm on the same page as you guys where it's like, yo, just trade up and do whatever you got to do to get your quarterback. Because I'm tired of this team making that quarterback excuse where a quarterback away or a quarterback solves everything. I want to see it. Let me see it. So let's go get Dante Moore or Mendoza, whoever you guys want. You know how I feel about Moore if he wins the Heisman, but that's neither here nor there. Let's go get one of these guys, and then let's see if Garrett Wilson is a top 5 wide receiver. I think he's maybe top 15, but I don't think he's top 5. But we'll see. We'll see what competent quarterback play, what Garrett Wilson can do. But regardless, I still think we got to draft a stud wide receiver. Somebody they were talking about that guy from Arizona State. How do you feel about him? I forget his name.
Tyson. He's been injured a lot, which gives me some concern.
I don't think he's the best wide receiver coming out, but everybody's been hyping him up. But I don't know, man. It's a crapshoot when it comes to drafting. Let's just go and get a bunch of players and see what we got next year, man. At the end of the day, who knows what Aaron Glenn's going to end up being? He might end up getting fired next year. He might not, but he's a very entertaining guy. He reminds me a little bit of myself. Very entertaining. Besides, the only difference between me and Aaron Glenn is that, I'm mostly right in the things that I say. So.
Fantastic. JJ, never change. Couple memberships before we spin the wheel. Cynthia W. in the raffle for 1. What up, Cynthia? Derek the Jet fan in the raffle for 1. Oregon Jets in the raffle for 2. I like the Chuck Wagon. So do I. People rallying around the Chuck Wagon. Which is why I wanted to end the show with this. Mr. Chuck Wagon, would you do the honors of announcing the Wheel of Champions that we're about to spin here?
Sure. It's time for the Wheel of Champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
Chuck Wagon, if you wanted to throw in a suck it, Alan, at the end, that would have been fun. Good luck to everyone who entered. We got a bunch of you in here. Ironically, the person with the most entries is not even a Jets fan. It's Bucks Fanatic. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall spin the wheel. Good luck. If you win, please email me your name, your address, the size, and the Jets legendary player you want the jersey in. Good luck to all. But our final daily raffle prize this week, the winner is... Oh, it's going to be Oregon Jets. Hey! One of the greats in the chat, Oregon Jets is your winner. Hell yeah. Congratulations, Oregon. He entered the chat. by saying enter the raffle, excuse me, by saying I like Chuck Wagon. Congrats to Oregon Jets. Well done, sir. Shoot me an email, asmanjake@gmail. We'll get your jersey ordered for you over the weekend. All right, another wild week of shows. This show for a Friday in December where we're talking about a 3-10 team was off the rails. You guys are the best. Thank you for making this job. If it is a job, it's crazy. So much fun. We will have a live post-game show after Jets Jaguars on Sunday, so be on the lookout for that. I'm not expecting much, but there's always something to talk about with the Jets, so we'll see what happens in this game on Sunday. I'm on the radio Sunday morning with Mike T. So if you want to hear me on ESPN New York, Mike and I got New York game days 8 to noon. So call in. We'll talk plenty about the Jets, the Joe Burrow stuff, the draft, all that and more. So I'm looking forward to that on Sunday. And then post-game after Jets Jags coming up after the game. Talk to you guys then. Enjoy your Friday night. Enjoy your weekend. Beast, if you're out there, enjoy that Christmas party. And I'll talk to you guys soon. But before I go, I leave you with this. Go Jets. More of your calls right now. This guy is a loose cannon.
I'm really going to try to tone it down tonight. Psych. I bought the yearbook for 98. Aaron Glenn.
DS. So, this call is going into the toilet like that football he dropped a few weeks ago.
What? No, false. This is what you do, man. I'm trying to make a good call. Then you bring up these idiotic guys. Dude, if I was in your face, you wouldn't say shit.
Frank called you an angry drunk.
And you guys want to, thrash me.
Don't take the chat overly serious. They're trying to troll you to get you riled up. Sean, stop crying. Now I will definitely tell you that to your face.
He wouldn't.
Dixie
I guarantee
says,
you wouldn't.
Yes, we would talk to you like that. Gary says they're all P words. Don't take it to heart. How about the fact that the guy that called you a midwit is coming to your defense?
Thank you, nitwit guy.
We're all now dumber for listening to this. How do you think this call went?
Jake, man, I like you, but you can, be problematic in my life.
3 minutes of shoving a football in a toilet was more entertaining than 10 minutes of whining.
Because you want to make me look like a dumbass, like I'm, like Beast.
Whoa.
And make me
What
feel
has
like
Beast done? Why are you taking a shot at Beast?
Because you want to make me look like a sideshow freak.
You make yourself look like a jackass. I don't have to do that.
Beast is a clown in itself.
Shut your trap. Look, Asperger.
Dude, you live with your mom.
Shut up, bitch, when I speak. 1987's calling for their glasses back.
This is what Jake wants. Jake is feeding off
you
it.
ain't
You know
nobody.
why? Because he's getting more lucrative
I want more
callers.
bitches like you.
I know your game, Jake.
Go change your tampons, by the way.
Did you get enough airtime today? Are you satisfied?
You're a clown, bro. You're a clown.
You just made me $2. Nate says, thanks for the Sean.
I know. You're making me seem like I'm a sideshow clown, and I'm not.
Do that on your own. I just answer your calls.
You're the ringleader.
Well, it's called the Jake Asman Show. So, yes, by the nature of the title, I am the host of the show.
If you want to talk to me one-on-one, I'll meet you on the boat.
I really don't want to talk to you one-on-one. I think the platform we have here is more than adequate.
Because you're afraid. You're scared. You little redhead bitch.
Your drunk ass calling into a talk show? I'm afraid of you? No, Sean. We'll see you later, buddy. Hope your life improves. You miserable piece of crap. So apparently Sean's not calling back in because he's too busy putting his football on the toilet again or something. This was just sent to me by Sean. If you get done with the football on the toilet, please call in.
I don't hate you, Jake.
It sounds like you do. You've been ripping me in all your comments here.
Because I'm disturbed how things went. When people drink, you know what results of.
Beast Breaker wrote in, shut up, Sean. Go play with your tampons. Are you blaming me for your drunkenness? Yankees Rock wants to know. Have you thought about not calling into the show if the chat triggers you, Sean?
You kind of trigger me.
I trigger you?
Jake, I like you, man. It's about making money. Let's be real. I'm not stupid, Jake. Let me go back to incognito mode. I'm smart. I'm not stupid like half your audience.
This guy is a severe alcoholic.
Your problems are my problems.
My problems have nothing to do with you. So stick that 98 yearbook up your ass and stop blaming me for your problems.
My girlfriend even said, you watch so much Jake Asman, I had Jake in my dreams.
You're dreaming about me, Sean?
For real. I love you, Jake. I'm just mad at the whole life agenda.
If you called in sober, I bet they wouldn't make fun of you as much because you wouldn't be saying outlandish things.
Sober? I'm boring. Yes. Yeah, like the guy with the half.
Did you just call David T boring?
He is boring.
I think he's joyful. How dare you go after David T? Well, when it became clear that he was talking about David T, we will not stand for such a thing.
You know what, Jake?
Yes, Sean.
This is how I feel right now. Fuck you. I'm out. Bitches. Fuck you.
Anything else, Sean? Sean, my advice to you would be put the bottle down, you drunk fuck.
You know,
yeah.
I wanted to jump up on you, asshole. She's very attractive.
Yeah.
I wanted to jump up on.
It's becoming a trend.
Oh, hi. Jake wants me to ask you to click on the like button.
That's right, Lane. And if they don't subscribe to the Jake Asman Show, this team may never win another game. Let's go, Jets.